Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
And they believe that they can then shut us up.
Rap through me, the clever, subdue me, the tabloid, untie me, I'm empty, please fill me.
Can I tell them never really never had a gun? But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
Born like this, it's born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed, this that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got dark, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got love, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who. They want you to comply.
Oh,
that intro is so good. Holy shit. That's so good.
I'm glad you all liked it. I spent a lot of time working on that one.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Yeah, how was your weekend, friend? Because mine was working with Mike all weekend.
And I love how today we realized there was a fuck up. Yeah, we realized there's a fuck up today, and I'm like, oh, you've got to be joking. There's a spelling error in like one of the titles, and I'm like, oh, I mean, fuck me.
To be fair,
no one noticed.
You could have waited. No one would have noticed. It was, political was spelled wrong, but not like in one frame. No one would have noticed it. But.
Yeah, I patched it. We'll have a better intro soon. We are, for those who are curious, the cartoon is coming back. It's just being revised to add Ariana. And we also have, actually, I won't spoil the other surprise. Lance will have that for us soon as well. But welcome, Ariana.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and the chat is so supportive, so it makes me even
they better
feel like
be.
I'm more at home. So I'm so excited. Prepare to be sick of me. I'm just kidding. It's a TikTok sound. But thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
If they're not sick of me, then they won't be sick of you.
There is, sorry to ruin this, but there's a weird hum in the background. I want to hear that. Oh, it's gone now. Who's doing that?
That's just in your brain.
No, I hear.
I hear what you're saying. It's like a breeze.
It might be my heater because I was freezing, but I can turn it off.
No,
turn the heater on. It's okay.
Now I'll be fine. I'll survive.
It's bothering me. You got to shut it off.
Are you sure you're on the right mic? Are you sure you're on the right? Wait, are you sure you're on the right mic? It could just be a mic thing.
Hold on, let me turn it off real quick.
Actually, the mic sounds too good to be the headset.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
If we start seeing icicles form on your hair, though, you could turn it back on.
I'm gonna blame Matt.
Freeze for the good of the show, Ariana, please.
For the good of Matt.
But we should say it's episode 100. I can't believe it. We've been doing this for 100 episodes. 100 Thursday. Well, today's Wednesday, but at least for 100 weeks. Almost all consecutively. Maybe we take like Thanksgiving week, but we're not going to do that this week. Next week. We're doing a show next week. Just on Wednesday. We're doing Wednesday tonight because I was busy tomorrow, and usually they do it without me, but it's episode 100. Got a new member. So Wednesday tonight, Wednesday next week. And then I guess the only week we take off is Christmas week? Like other than that,
this whole
100
time,
consecutive weeks.
This whole time, I thought it was Thanksgiving this week, which is why I
No.
thought we were
Me
doing a
too.
show today.
I'm sorry. No,
Thanksgiving is next week.
I
Oh,
just
okay.
couldn't. I just couldn't.
You
do the
crazy
show
Americans and
tomorrow.
your weird Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving, that's the only real one.
Wait,
It's
you guys
over.
have a Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's in October.
Yeah, ours is all about the harvest, not about the whole like colonial genocide being friendly.
Yeah, we were we were ahead of that one.
But do you all fight with your family? Because if so, then that's a real Thanksgiving.
Not my family.
Oh.
We also don't have
They fight. They fight. They fight. Oh, you voted. You support Trump, eh? That's how they do it. Though. They gotta.
Yeah, at the end. It's the same fight, but with A at the end. That's it.
And
sure
then
we fight about other
apologies like
stuff, but
immediately
not
after.
politics. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
how it is.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Not
I'm sorry.
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 I know.
Yeah.
I'm too embedded into American culture where I'm speaking American now. I'm losing my Canadianness.
It
That's
baffled me the
not
first
good.
time I watched. It baffled me the first time I watched David and Lance on their respective YouTube, Twitch streams, because I was expecting the heads to be like Terrence and Phillip in South Park.
You know how many times I heard that joke over the course of my life? Every time.
Yeah, your joke is lame, Matt.
I'm talking like 2002 playing SOCOM with my buddies, my American buddies, being like, "Does your head flap when you talk?" That we're going back 20 years. I've heard that.
Your
joke.
head, yeah, there you go. Well, you know, it stayed the course. I don't know. Give me a break. Yeah. How is my?
So,
I'd
how is
rather
my?
have that be
how
the
is my mic?
perception for us than just being American.
Oh, I'm not complaining about it. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
How is my mic synced up with my voice, by the way? Because I am. This is my first stream since I got the new Mac Mini, because my other one was dying.
Nice.
And
you
so
got the small one, the tiny one?
The tiny one, the new Mac Mini
cool.
M4. How's the sync? This is the first
looks
time
perfect.
I'm doing
Seems good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Knocked out of the
Buttery
park.
smooth.
No cracking, no popping and cracking. It's good.
No popping.
Yeah. If you like the quality of Matt's microphone on his new computer, go to apple.com/theleftistmafia for 10% off. If you use our coupon code, that's apple.com/leftistmafia.
If you like the way my mic sounds, actually, go to youtube.com/Matt Binder and drop a super chat, because I need to pay this shit off.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't do like an Apple commercial here, but the Macs with the M1 chip or the M chips are so much better. Like I replaced my old iMac with a laptop that's an M chip, and it's just everything works now. When it has so many issues before, it's a big difference.
I mean, my previous Mac Mini was the first M1 chip, but I've been using that for nearly 4 years now. So it's I think it just wore out its welcome.
Yeah.
And also it was the smallest. A word to the wise: don't get the small hard drive sizes, because it actually not only do you like run out of space quicker, like sure use an external drive. No, it's not the problem. The problem is with SSD drives, they only have so many times they could rewrite before the drive starts to die. And so if you have a smaller drive, it's got to rewrite many a times because you're.
Is that legit? I didn't know that.
Yes, that is legit. Yes. So definitely I didn't get a huge drive. It's just the 512 gigs instead of the 256 gigs that was on my old one. But man, it's a huge difference. I'm never going 256 gigs again.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
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 Anyways, we talk politics sometimes. Anything happened this week? I don't even know. What's happening?
There was so much that was overwhelming.
Is there news
Like, where do you
anymore?
even begin?
Yeah.
Where do you begin?
There's a lot.
So there was a tweet from, I don't know who, but somebody said that Nancy Mace, over the past 36 hours, tweeted more than 230 times about the one trans lawmaker and the bathroom that she should use. 230 plus times. And I don't even know how to respond to that. Usually I would see that and I'd salivate over it. Oh, I've got to make a video shitting on her. It's just overwhelming. There's so much. I don't know what. I'm so bogged down.
It's exhausting. I find it really exhausting.
Was it in 2004 that like they finally passed a single trans bill in like North Carolina or something, and the NBA like banned ever playing there, and that was like how much the culture has changed since then to now.
Yeah.
In terms of now I feel like the right is starting to win these ridiculous arguments. Like we get to control where people like piss and shit. and people are like, yes, this is something that we should spend resources on and time and care about and be mad about.
Yeah.
And it's more important than anything else.
And if you go back 2 years, Nancy Mace was saying she was pro-trans and pro-gay. Now, take from that what you will. Whenever a conservative says that they're pro-LGBTQ, usually it's one of those love the sinner, hate the sin situations. But I mean, you know, it's better than frothing at the mouth hate and trying to police where people shit. But now she's made this her whole identity. It's funny because a couple of years ago, she called Marjorie Taylor Greene batshit insane on Twitter. And now she has morphed into almost a more like deep fried version of Marjorie Taylor Greene, where she's almost more obsessed than Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I don't know what to make of it. Like the country is, everybody's just losing their fucking minds.
I heard she used to listen to Leftist Mafia, Hassan, and Chapo Trap House too. I mean, come on, it's very clear what's going on. She's an opportunist. She's the most clear opportunist I've ever seen. She goes with whatever way the wind is blowing. She is. Did you hear the story about how on January 6th, during the storming of the Capitol, apparently this had leaked afterwards, but apparently she had discussed with her staffers about going into the mob in order to try to get assaulted so she can use it to garner attention for herself. This was something she legit. She is the most obvious opportunist. Like, you know what? At least Marjorie Taylor Greene, at least it appears that she actually believes in the insane shit she believes in. Like, at least there's that. Like, you know, Nancy Mace is the most clear-cut opportunist I've ever seen. Anyone who's a MAGA or Trump person who looks at what she's doing and thinks she's on my side is just as much as a fool as Mike Figueredo was 2 seconds ago, saying how she used to be pro-LGBTQ+.
Well,
Nancy
I don't
Mace
think that I believe her. I'm just saying she changed her
I know,
posture.
He did say take it for
I'm joking with you, Mike. But she is the most clear-cut opportunist, the perfect example of someone who's got no belief system except herself. All she cares about is herself and what's going to further her career, and it's that above everything else. The only thing Nancy Mace believes in is Nancy Mace.
Sounds like you're describing the Republican Party in totality.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of them.
Right.
Well, no, there's a number of them who are ready to go down with the ship if it means that they're. I mean, look at some of these guys on abortion. Like some of them were ready to go down with the ship if it meant losing on abortion rights. Like they got what they wanted in terms of Roe v. Wade being knocked down and the issue being sent back to the states. And they were willing and ready to lose. I mean, they've lost. They lost many seats over this over time. Now they've since after this past election gained some back, but this is going to continue to be an issue for them as states continue to chip away at abortion rights. And there are people who are ready and willing to lose whatever political capital they've gained in order to keep what they got out of the, for the pro-life movement. That's something they believe in. I don't agree with it, but at least you know where they stand. Those individuals stand on that.
I think they realize that policy doesn't matter now. All they have to do is wait out the clock. They could do unpopular shit and then lose power and then just wait until something changes, the economy, goes south, and then automatically it'll be an anti-incumbent election and they'll come right back in. Because that's what happens. Like the country oscillates back and forth every single election almost. And I was listening to this focus group that Axios talked about. These were people who voted for Hillary in 2016. It was 14 people in total. Then all 14 of them flipped and they voted for Biden in 2020. And then in 2024, they kind of split off. Some of them voted for Harris, about 5. The other 5 voted for Trump, and then 4 voted third party. And so like a lot of these people, the way that they talk about their politics is, well, this wasn't working, so I switched back. It's just like a matter of vibes, where it's like, well, right now I don't feel good, so I guess I'll go with the party who's not in power. And so since politicians know this, they know they don't have to change a damn fucking thing. Democrats just have to wait a couple of years until Republicans fuck up, and then Trump trashes the economy, and they'll come right back in. And then Republicans can just wait, don't change their stance on abortion. Democrats will grow they'll do some incrementalism, but things won't sufficiently change. And so they know they'll get voted out. Republicans will come back. This is kind of just the way it works now. Policy doesn't matter. And I really used to think it did.
But then both sides are just using culture wars for different reasons. Like on one side, the Republicans are being like, hey, we're going to go after like trans kids. And on the other side, they're like, we're going to protect trans kids. But both sides are just like, after both sides are upset with us economically, it'll flip. And then we can just switch.
Right.
And then we'll 4 years. And that's how the dance is danced, essentially.
Exactly. And we just kind of go round and round and round as we circle the drain. And it's no party really wants to take the reins and actually make changes because they're all corrupt. You know what I mean? So what do we do? Like we could talk about, and I've been thinking about this too. What do we do? Of course, Democrats need to embrace Bernie Sanders style politics, but they're not gonna. There's this talk about the DNC race that's coming up. Rahm Emanuel wants to run again. When he was in control, they lost 1,000 seats across the country. But you have people like David Axelrod pushing him. And there's all these like more vibrant figures that want to run, like Chuck Rocha and other individuals too. The problem is that all that's going to happen is there'll be momentum. And then if need be, Obama will make some calls like he did the last time to crush the progressive movement and get the corporatist in. So it's so hard to change the system because the system is built to stay the way it is. The status quo protects itself. It's self-reinforcing. Yeah. So it's very frustrating. I'm trying to figure out how to operate with this reality.
They don't mind losing as long as they still maintain power. That's what it is. And it's
exactly
to get around that involves like investment and money, and this money is not on the side of the people that want to change it. Like it's just it seems like an impossible thing. But that's why, worker power is more important. Unions are more important.
Yeah,
also,
it's why
I
feel like.
think. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like this might be a hot take, but I feel like Republicans are using trans people as like a dog whistle. Like, I don't even think they like. I think it's just a scare tactic for them. You know what I mean? I don't think they
are passing legislation though. Like just from I was going to say to Mike's point, like, yeah, it seems like both sides are just doing that dance, but like there is a lot of really aggressive bills getting passed in a lot of red states. So
for sure.
Yeah. But maybe just that I agree with you that it's a distraction in that like you never have to hold anyone who actually holds power accountable if everyone always thinks that like people without power are the cause of their problems, because that seems to be the issue going in circles here, right? And we're even susceptible a little bit to that too. Like everyone right now post that American election is fighting each other, and it's a lot of people who don't really have any real power in society. There was like everyone blaming Muslims blaming the other groups that they thought weren't participating properly, who were then in turn blaming gay leftist voters who were not. But like it just felt like every group that doesn't have power, we all decided to point guns at each other and fight, and the people I think in the background laughing are the elites or just essentially the rich.
Divide and conquer, baby. That's what it is. It's divide and conquer, and it works. It works really well. Capitalism has a very insidious way of reinforcing itself. There was all this momentum for like a populist anti-establishment politician, and now we've got fucking billionaires like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. There's another dickhead I'm forgetting the name of. And they pretend as if they're not the establishment and they're not part of the elites. You are the quintessential elites. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world and he's talking about the anti-establishment? I mean, it's like they're fucking gaslighting us. It's so Orwellian. And then they use Orwell too. They stole that. They co-opted everything. So whatever a popular groundswell rises up in the country and tries to take control. Let's say there's like this will never happen because Americans are too brainwashed and stupid. But let's say a communist movement pops up. Hundreds of thousands of people take to the streets. Corporate America would co-opt that shit like motherfucking that. They would start selling T-shirts of it. We'd see it in pop culture. It'd be the sanitized version. It'd be a corporate communism. They would love that shit. It's just a marketing opportunity. Like there's almost nothing you can do. I'm not saying give up, but there's almost nothing you can do to get around all of the power they have.
There's nothing you can do. It's all hopeless. I'm not saying give up, but it's done. It's done. It's done. Okay, it's done.
I mean, I don't know what to do in that situation. Like it's crazy.
I feel like that happened in 2020 though. Like, we had this whole uprising and then it became super corporatized. and then that corporatization of it started like kind of like doing this like boomerang thing back, because then Republicans started using DE&I against us, saying, oh, DE&I like woke, whatever. So yeah, like Mac, I think you're totally right. Like it's so hard. I don't know. I felt like in 2020 we were actually seeing some sort of movement, but the George Floyd Act hasn't even passed yet. It's been like 4 years.
That's my point. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, think about rainbow capitalism, for example. Like, people fucking hated LGBTQ plus people. They still do. And then corporations co-opted that shit. And then the second that public perception turns on queer people again, they bail. Target removes their pride section, or they shrink it. It's just, they're such opportunists, and they take everything away from us. And that's how it is. that's capitalism. But, you know, it's annoying.
That's what you can do.
I don't have a point. I'm just saying it's fucking annoying.
What a wonderful world we all live in. Oh my God. Any good news this week?
No, I mean, I don't even know. I honestly have had to just like step away.
That's
like,
kind of me.
I
do more videos than you do, and I'm just like,
am I gonna
what do I want to talk about?
Like, am I gonna get outraged over every single Donald Trump cabinet pick? No, I cannot.
It's not possible.
I mean, he's gonna nominate Linda McMahon to head up the Department of Education. What do you say to that? Well, there's a lot I could.
I thought you'd be excited about that.
That was the one I enjoyed, actually, not because I'm happy about it, because there's a lot of. I made a joke about how, like, oh man, when I was a kid, I was like, oh man, I wish there was like a pro wrestling class in school. And now it's like years later, the monkey's paw, one finger of the monkey's paw. And McMahon is now heading up the
we're so good.
I will say it is amazing how Donald Trump's found a way to nominate a cabinet pick, to nominate a cabinet full of pedophiles, sexual assaulters, people who aided and abetted those things. I mean, even Linda McMahon, David Bixenspan, a great pro wrestling journalist, published an article just a couple of weeks ago about how Linda McMahon knew about this. It was called the Ring Boy scandal, where basically one of the guys who worked for the WWE back in the day, like back in the, I think, like late 80s, early 90s, he was molesting the young kids who would help set the ring up.
Jesus.
She apparently knew about it, and they fired him, and then they rehired him after they made him promise not to touch little kids anymore. And of course,
he did.
You know,
they rehired him.
Of course, he did.
What?
Yeah.
He touched little boys again.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that's horrifying. Jesus.
I hate people so much. It's like a requirement. You have to be a sex criminal to be part of this administration. Before, that used to be disqualifying. Somebody made the point on Twitter, or Blue Sky, I don't remember which one, that like one of these picks would have been a major scandal, and it's just one after another after another. Dr. Oz, Matt Gaetz. I mean, and then John Fetterman might vote for Mehmet Oz. I mean, what a clown show we are.
Because everyone's capitulating to power. Have you seen how fast that happened? Vice News is like now pro-Trump, pro-Elon Musk. There's like the Joe Scarborough.
Vice News? What?
TYT.
Wait, I didn't see Vice News.
What?
Oh, yeah. So if you go to The Intercept, there's a story on how Shane Smith and Vice News are now praising Trump, going after immigrants, calling them illegals, and like they're completely like, you know what, we're pivoting to the right. The same thing with like Joe Scarborough now doing this whole like, hey, Trump was a fascist. No, he's not. We're going to Mar-a-Lago. He was misunderstood. And then the funniest one being the jank one of TYT, where he's like, I was never listened to once by the Democrats, but now Elon is responding and saying that he's going to listen to my ideas on the Pentagon.
Oh yeah, I saw the jank one.
The best line from that tweet is, who sounds more open to you? And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Who sounds more open-minded? Oh my fucking God. It's just insane.
For the last 5 fucking years, however long I've been doing this shit, I don't know, 10 years almost, I've been trying to convince people, what if we all had healthcare? What if you had democracy in the workplace? All you have to do is like pat somebody on the head and be nice to them, and that's how you win them over. Policy just doesn't matter anymore because people are so gullible. Like that's how it's crazy how many reactionaries, and I pointed this out in on Blue Sky. I'm like, it's weird that liberals like Jank, they're so influenced and they become reactionaries simply because the left was mean to them and the right was nice to them. I mean, do we not have any core beliefs anymore? I'm just so frustrated.
No, it's just like Muslims for Trump. They were very disappointed as well when they saw some of Trump's picks, and I'm like, what did you expect? Like, the guy doesn't care about you. Anyway, sorry.
No.
Let's look at this dumb shit. Which
totally
side
right.
seems more open and inclusive? Like, what are you talking? Like, are you fucking? Are you insane? All because Elon Musk replied to a tweet of his. That's all it took for him to be like, you know what? The right wing is more open and inclusive. Insane.
Jenk says, I asked Elon Musk to put me in charge of cutting the Pentagon, and he said, what are your suggestions? That sounds very open. I posted about an account that Elon Musk had banned from the platform, and I got suspended. I mean, I guess he's not very open, and I guess it depends. I don't know. Give me a fucking
Did you
break.
see his response though when he got called out by Hassan, and then he was essentially like, what Republicans don't tell the truth, like I don't already know that. And then I was like, so you just want to be placated to? Is that it? Because that's
right.
what babies want. That's literally
just
what
like,
children want.
He just
Like,
wants
do
to
you
be
want a
lied to.
sticker?
Like,
do you want to just be saying like, oh, yeah, gold star, you did good. Yeah, I like your suggestions, and that's it. Okay, cool. Well then,
That's
I guess
true liberalism right there. They just want to feel good. Don't care about who's in office. If they feel listened to and the vibes are right, then fuck yeah, everything's copacetic.
I mean, you know what?
All I gotta say honestly is just remember who all these people are, because this right now is the honeymoon period for Trump. This is as good as it's gonna get. Anyone who's acting this way now, remember how they were acting in a couple of months, in a couple of years, when Trump's agenda is actually unleashed, and see where they stand and what they're saying. Don't let these people turn around and grift off the complete opposite thing again. Remember who stood by
the
what they
economy
believe,
crashes,
and remember
if there's another pandemic. When the pendulum swings, you're going to see everyone who was all of a sudden super friendly suddenly turn around and be like, "He's a fascist. I told you all along." It's like,
remember which athletes are doing the little stupid Trump dance. I'm looking at you, Christian Pulisic on Team USA. I just remember who these people are, because when shit hits the fan and people are hurt, and then those same people are going to try to back off their open support of this guy. Just remember, when it's the people who are sending these people money, when it's the people who are fans of these people, when they're the ones who are feeling the pain of what ends up happening, just remember who are the people who were flaunting this shit just a couple of months or years earlier.
I will say though, not to be like, okay, I guess this is kind of devil's advocate, but like, where the hell are the Democrats? They're super quiet. I haven't really heard any of them say anything. I saw AOC make a post and say, we've got a plan. And then it just kind of like ended there. But it's like, you guys were running off of Project 2025. This is so scary. This is going to be so bad. And now I'm hearing nothing from any Democrat leadership. And I just feel like, I'm not taking Jake's, I trust you, I'm really not. But I just feel like it would be so helpful if even like a couple people would come out and say, hey, these are scary times, but this is what we're doing to prepare before Trump comes in. Like, I haven't heard anything. I don't even know what they're doing. The last video I saw of Biden, he was walking into the Amazon forest completely lost. Like, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah, I love that.
Because it's all
Bernie.
it's
At
all
least
about
I can give
them.
credit to Bernie right now. He's actually in the Senate right now trying to block arms sales to Israel. So that's one person who's actually still fighting and doing a good thing. Well, on the other end, the entire didn't Biden just meet with Herzog? Say that my support of Israel is ironclad. Zero talk about ceasefire now. It's like all the manufactured lies of we cared about this and we wanted a ceasefire for you gone. It's just basically like, yeah, now we'll just basically let the worst happen. Enjoy. We only got a couple months.
It's probably freeing that they don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah, liberating.
I have this.
It's another one. So this is another
Bernie
thing
clip.
to remember. Who stood behind what's happening in Gaza. It's super clear. This should be a defining issue here. I mean, you know, criticism is about Bernie Sanders are obviously always welcome and taken in good faith if it's a good faith critique. And there's certainly plenty to criticize about him, but he has been legit on this when everyone else has basically run away from it or turned their back. And we'll see if some of those people come back around when Trump's in charge. But you know, Bernie's not been perfect on this, but he's been better than anyone else in Congress.
Again, I've heard members of the U.S. Senate come to this floor to denounce human rights violations taking place around the world. I've heard well-founded concerns about China's brutal reception of the Uyghur ethnic minority. I've heard rightful outrage about Putin's brutal attacks against Ukraine and bombing of civilian installations. I've heard genuine concern about Iran's outrageous crackdown on peaceful protesters. I've heard repeated condemnations of Saudi Arabia's terrible treatment of women and political dissidents. And on it goes. A lot of folks come to the floor to talk about human rights and what's going on around the world. But what I want to say to all those folks, nobody is going to take anything you say with a grain of seriousness. You cannot condemn human rights around the world and then turn a blind eye to what the United States government is now funding in Israel. People will laugh in your face. They will say to you, you're concerned about China, you're concerned about Russia, you're concerned about Iran. Well, why are you funding the starvation of children in Gaza right now? Again.
Oh my God, that was he still got it. Like, imagine, like, let's put all the fucking let's put the policies aside, like a huge chunk of our voting population did just a few weeks ago when they went and voted. If this was the guy just strictly on ability to communicate like a fully functioning human being, regardless of his age, we wouldn't be in the position we're in right now. Like, can you imagine? Like, I feel like it's a pointless conversation at this point. But people bring up how old Bernie is. Listen, I don't care how old you are if you can communicate like this and can fucking string sentences together and talk like an intelligent human being
that has empathy. That's someone that actually cares.
Yeah,
like it's so rare to find someone like that
my
on
God,
that scale.
Like it's what a shame that we're in the position we're in now, because we ended up the Democrats ended up electing a guy in 2020 who wouldn't be able to fucking function anymore in just a few years.
Yeah.
After they were saying once Trump was elected, like any functioning adult, and then they chose like the one Democrat running who was not a functioning adult. And then they'll probably do it again. I'm sure John Fetterman will be the standard bearer in a couple of years.
Oh, ew.
No, there's no way.
I mean, also, Joe Biden promised that he would drop
Rebecca.
out after 4 years. Hi, Rebecca.
He did.
Hi, how are you? Look, I know I was not here for the initial news breaking, but so happy to have you here.
I don't think,
Thank you.
Rebecca, I don't think that's coming from your mic. I think you have a different input. Yep.
Every time. Yeah, I know I'll be strong or wrong when I get on.
Andrew gets a new computer and now he's all cocky about audio issues.
I'm gonna no more technical difficulties. I'm gonna be the one leftist who no longer has any tech issues from this point forward.
Leftist audio. Thank you, though, Rebecca. I'm excited to be here.
You're so welcome. It's the good mic. Okay, you're
There
so
we go.
welcome. Okay, good. And I'm so happy that we have you here. We needed some more women on here, so it's great having you on.
Thank
Now
you.
we need more white men to continue.
you.
Yeah, we gotta bounce this back out again.
The ratio's all thrown off now.
Yeah.
You get 4 more white men.
It's only 4-2. This is terrible.
It's better. So, but
True.
how are you guys doing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but big celebration. So I missed it in the beginning, so I apologize. But I just wanted to make sure. Was it a good warm welcome for you when you got on?
Thank you.
Thank-
It was. Everyone was very nice. Thank you.
Good. Good. Look, because I wasn't here. So, but I know they are going to be nice because they're so loving, and I know that it was going to be all great for you. And the intro. How did everybody like the intro, guys?
I mean,
it was
good.
It seems like
I
they
loved
liked it in the
Yeah.
comments.
It was really good.
Me and
Nobody
Lance
made no
were so
comments
hard,
about
so
it?
they better like it in the comments.
Y'all didn't see it. Look, the comment section didn't realize it was like, all done up, different, changed. I like it.
It seems like they were positive. I love how, like I was saying this earlier, I'm like, there was that one spelling error that we didn't realize until today, and I could not just leave that in there. So I had to fix that because that kind of stuff drives me nuts. But,
Yeah, I don't know how
yeah,
y'all didn't catch it before. Look, I didn't when I played it, I was just looking for me. The original video, I was just looking for myself. So then I went through again and I was like, hold on, let's see. This is okay. No, we got to make sure we fix that. But thanks for fixing that. But yeah, I know that you said it was gonna bother you. People probably wouldn't have seen it, but yeah.
But the one person who would have saw it, they would have been a
Like
little asshole about it. Like that's spelled wrong.
Hey, by the way, actually,
I had a video where I had fascism in the thumbnail, and then I spelled it wrong, and somebody was like, "You don't get to talk about fascism if you can't spell fascism." And I'm like, "Motherfucker!" Like you, and like that comment pissed me off so much. Yeah, it's like they could call me a demon, the F slur, and I'll be like, okay, fuck you. But that comment about the spelling error, I'm like, oh no, don't you go there.
No, for real. And then when you can't fix it, like when you have it like on there and you can't, I remember like there was a time where you couldn't fix it. That was it. Like it was just a messed up title. Some people have it in their thumbnails and they'll leave it like that. Just misspelled thumbnails and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's wrong. Like if you're missing a whole word or like that's just wrong. Like I don't even want to watch this anymore. can't take you serious. Like,
Mike,
the worst is if somebody uses the wrong word.
That is today I was watching Piers Morgan and Emmett Vigeland debating, and what's sadder than you spelling it wrong is the fact that he has no idea what that word literally means. And so in the thing, he was like, I think that it's the left who are the real fascists because they promote wokeness and force you to get into orthodox wokeness, and you have to do what they say or they cancel you. And then I'm like, that's not what fascism is, or wokeness, or orthodoxy. Oh my God, words have no meaning anymore. None of this. Like people are just saying things and they're just fun sounds. And then they're like, that's the thing I don't like. It's called the woke, And I'm like, well, that's the problem. But everyone is believing this, and now everyone is like, okay, that I'm fine voting for shitty people because I believe in nonsense. Because sounds are neat.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that you can just say anything on the internet, and it doesn't matter how stupid it is. You are celebrated as a truth teller. You're saying what nobody else wants to say. As long as you have confidence, I feel like that's enough to get by, which is so frustrating because before you used to have to say something that's correct to get applauded, regardless of your confidence level. But I mean, we're seeing Dunning-Kruger in full effect, and I feel like we've devolved into this like Orwellian / idiocracy type dystopian culture. And I genuinely am having a difficult time processing it. It's not just the election, it's just the aftermath of the election and seeing like this influx of hate just everywhere, not just on Twitter, just in general, of the Nazis marching through the streets, just so much. And it's just hard to process because it's like, man, we are actually living in that like dystopian future that we all dreaded, that we thought about, but never thought that we would see this.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I'm like, is it so interesting? No, it's just something I say, like Piers Morgan and them. But no, it's like that's a filler. But no, we talked about this on the last episode, how so many people are getting away with the misinformation and the disinformation. That's becoming the primary source for people to get their news, just off of feelings and off of TikTokers, people who aren't actually putting facts into anything. And if they do, it's almost like how people focus on like just this part of the Bible verse, but there's more before it and there's more after it. They won't go and read like the whole chapter, and people online, they'll just have that one little quote, kind of like when they go to our videos or anything that we have and they'll snip something to make it sound like we said it, and we said it, but we followed up with something else, or we gave the facts in the beginning and now we're giving
context,
how we want to analyze it or whatever. They will take it, rip it apart, but people love to go off of. They know it could be wrong, but they don't want to try to figure it out. They're going to listen to their favorite person who hasn't done any research on this or anything. Just literally woke up one day and said, I will continue to spread hate. Even if my whole comment section combats it or whatever, I will continue to spread hate and disinformation. We have people at top levels that are doing the same thing. We've seen it with JD Vance in Springfield, Ohio with the Haitians. We're seeing it with Elon Musk right now as we speak on Twitter or X. And then we're seeing Donald Trump do the same thing. And this is our upcoming president. You know, it's just crazy. They like to believe the disinformation and the misinformation.
That's why I escaped to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is so much nicer there. Everything's great. Nothing's wrong. It's a whole different world. It's an idea of what things could be if we all worked together and cared about one another.
It's Blue Sky. Creeper vibes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just want to add on real quick. No, I don't like Blue Sky either. It's kind of giving boomer, like the boomer version of Twitter. Yeah, I mean,
it's elder millennials. Excuse me, we're elder millennials. Thank you very much.
Everybody has that long
I'm
name.
sorry, guys. Blue Sky.
No, Blue Sky is I'm liking
really
it. I
long
mean,
name.
I also have a very skewed version of Blue Sky because I have way more followers on there than I should. But I think it's fine. I like it. I think it's the feed is much more refreshing in terms of what it shows you. For the first time, by the way, like there's been a noticeable change. Blue Sky was just
there's a million new people joining every day.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, I would just repost stuff there that I post on Twitter and Threads. And now it's like, no, this is its own thing now. Like like Lance just said, every day a million new people have been signing up for it ever since the election. Like I haven't, as someone who's covered Twitter/X since Elon Musk acquired the company, there's been a number of attempts to leave Twitter for another place, whether it was Blue Sky or Threads or other alternative platforms that are many no longer exist, and nothing was ever just like more than maybe a few thousand, maybe a couple 10,000 people going there, and it was like a quick blip. Maybe it lasted a day or two or three, and that was it. This is completely different. This is something that's not happened before, where a alternative platform has had sustained growth and people are actually leaving Twitter and deactivating their account and moving on to Blue Sky and staying there and not just signing up and fucking back off to Twitter. They're actually staying there and using it. Just this week, Blue Sky surpassed Threads in daily active users.
Wow.
And MILF Hunter.
Blue Sky.
That's on the app story.
Yeah, it was like Blue Sky, MILF Hunter, something, then Threads, then something else. Yeah.
That's
by the way, Paul, I'm on Blue Sky and MILF Hunter.
I'm on MILF Hunter as well.
Yeah, at Human Support on
MILF Hunter.
Yeah, I would say the feed on MILF
the
Hunter is much better than any of those sites, but I mean
Lance would know about that.
But I do think there's movement.
Sorry. MILF Messenger is number 2. It goes Blue Sky, MILF Messenger, Threads, Instagram, Facebook.
Hunter sounds a little. I don't know if that's
So MILF Messenger is the number 2,
right?
Yeah,
it's a real
a little too aggressive.
It's the number 2 top charts for social and communication. But number 1 is Blue Sky. Threads is 3, Instagram, then Facebook. But I'm guessing MILF Messenger costs a lot less than Threads, Instagram, or Facebook.
What's on MILF Messenger?
Well, there's only one way to find
just
out.
some moms hanging out.
Oh God.
Well, all right. Look, I'm gonna see about that. But no, I can't. I'm not a mom. But on Blue Sky, I remember months ago when people were leaving Twitter. I want to say it was months ago. It could have been a year ago. I don't even know when I signed up for that thing, but but I remember you had to get a link sent to you to get in it. And so I did. I know Olay sent me a link and I went on it and I was like, I don't know. It was so basic that I didn't know.
I liked the fact that it was weird. It was so strange. There was all these weird terms and people were talking about Alfstong and there was like instead
I was out of there.
Skeets, they were called skeets and all that kind of stuff. And that's when David, you were like, it's too weird over there. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it was like,
that's when I was like, I don't want to be here.
When it's
now
you're developing out of
But
nowhere,
now the culture's changed there. It actually it reminds me of what Twitter was like in like 2010, 2011. Like it.
Mm.
That's the vibe I get on Blue Sky
have
now. It's just
to-
like it's nice.
It's so blue, right?
It's
And it's
nice.
giving me a little bit too. Maybe I just have to get on there and get my algorithm
I think you would like it
going.
again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
I would
just
say
got
give
on
it
there a
another
few
try.
days ago. I got on there a few days ago.
Mm.
People were nice, and a lot of people they found me, and I had to find me because I didn't even know when it was on the last
Mhm.
episode. Y'all were like, "Are you on Blue Sky?" And I'm like, "I feel like I am." Then I downloaded it again, and I was there. So but and people were following me already. But when I went on there, I don't want it to be overly left. Like when I say that, it gets real like. Talk about like post a coffee mug or something. It's so I
Right.
need a little bit of political break for me, and I just
There's
feel
much
like
more
that's what
balance now.
Yeah. Okay.
For
So I'm gonna
sure.
check it out then.
I
Because
think there is
posted a
like
couple
my
of
feed
things.
is a lot of dogs. A lot
Okay.
of dogs. A lot of people just like posting the scenery. And I stopped to look at like this picture that somebody shared. I'm like, that's really nice actually. This is
Mhm.
beautiful. And I don't have to scroll down and see a Nazi after that. You know, it feels refreshing.
That's
Maybe I
the main
can-
thing that I've noticed actually. Like that to me is more than anything. Twitter
Yeah.
is basically just like you fucking post something and
hell.
then your replies are
is.
just
Yeah.
all
It's
blue check marks.
You want to
saying
know what
bullshit for
Nazis think about
engagement.
anything that I say? You got an app for that. That's the everything app. Anything I think of, I can know what Nazis think of that opinion right away, instantaneously. Like 20 of them. They'll just fill up the replies, and they're all real
Nazi
angry. and so-
messenger.
Blocks
gotta
on
say,
Blue
the-
Sky
the-
though are like they're encouraged. Like people like there's a culture of like just ignore these people, block them, and they go away, and no one talks
I
about them
feel
when they're
the
gone.
same way about Threads. I know we tried Threads like we said we're gonna try it like a year ago, and we got on
I
there.
tried
I
it.
got on there and I walked away, but then I came back one day and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna talk I need to talk, right? I'm just gonna talk
Mhm.
to the sky because I don't know where it's going. And sometimes it goes somewhere, sometimes it doesn't. But my algorithm, I love it. I get on there and I'm interested in almost everything. And if I'm not, I swipe it to the left and I won't see it again. Or when my tweets do go somewhere and it picks up some, people are, reposting it. I get a lot of likes on it. Or not my tweets. What do they call it? My thread? When they do something and like it might go viral on Threads or something randomly. People get on there trying to talk crazy, baby. The way that I put hide for everybody, no one will hear you. No one can see you. No one can see anything that you're saying that's rude. This right here is my damn thread. And I don't want anybody to see your comment. And they won't. It just goes to wherever it goes, but nobody in this space will see it. They won't even tie us together. So I love that I can control what is said on my stuff, especially when people be mean or whatever the case may be. I love that. So when I go to Blue Sky, like I said, it just my eyes can't handle the way it's just so and I've been left Twitter. Y'all see me, I rarely post over there. I'm only there for real to check our DMs. And other than that, I would delete it. I would really delete Twitter a long time ago. I went on there. Every time I pop up on there, I will see like Elon Musk literally posting something racist, something against women, something like recently it's the Miss Universe, I believe it was. And
Oh my God.
And that comment that he made about the white girl who won. And then there was Chidima, and I don't know the white girl's name, so I don't want to be disrespectful because she did win. But then there's Chidima, who won, and she was first runner-up, and she won Miss Nigeria. And I don't know why he went and was like made this comment about we got this. I think she's born a woman, and we're back to nice size, healthy size, born a woman. We're getting back to normal or something that wins saying that she wasn't trans. She was born a woman and that she was healthy sized, slim or whatever the case may be. And it just I'm like, why is this man? And he's part of the people. He's part of the Trump's super team. And I can't do it. Guys.
No, you know what the biggest gag of that is though? Miss Universe is literally owned by a trans woman.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Really?
Didn't know.
Yes. Miss Universe is owned by a trans woman.
I didn't know that.
Oh my
Cool.
God.
The more you know.
That's really cool.
So
She should ban cis women then. You want to see a meltdown? Ban every
Yeah,
cis
you
woman
can
from competing.
imagine the right. If you want to talk
I
about
would actually
trigger,
love to see
oh
this.
my word, the right would lose their shit. That might be the first like actually politically active thing that could happen. They would get so mad they would be ineffective in any other way. They couldn't organize. They
Yeah.
couldn't actually control government. They would all just like quit. They would be like, oh my god,
They would start shitting their pants, frothing at the mouth. So I never pay attention to this stuff, but the reason why I saw it was because of the Nazis on Twitter. So I saw it was an America First post or whatever, where it's like, oh, this woman is the first blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman to win in 20. I'm like, this is straight up like Nazi propaganda we're seeing. Like this is Nazi, like literally Nazi shit. What? Why?
And they
what
were
the fuck?
They in the video you can see after they called her the winner, the first runner-up again was Miss Nigeria, who already has stress because she's actually born in South Africa. South Africans didn't want her because they said she was her parents is Nigerian. So then she had to go through that whole thing, and Nigeria picked her up and got her all the way to Miss Universe. And she was first runner-up. And when she walked away after they called the winner for the young woman who won, which I mean, like she won, right? That's it. But when she walked away, you can look in the background and the whole crowd runs up to her, the black girl, the first runner-up, and the other girls just standing there. And I guess a lot of white people took offense to that, so they took online. And they were like, oh my God, she's the winner, and she should have been the center of attention, and she should have. But the story of the first runner-up, I think, was in everybody's hearts, and for her to win first runner-up and how she got there, I think was more so like, so they went to go love on her, but them white folks was mad online. They was upset. So I think, all the Nazis got out, and then they, it got to Elon, and Elon posted something. I'm like, how can this man be in charge of Twitter and be so hateful and it's so, I want to get away from that. That's not my life. It's just so much hate and evil that spews from that thing. You turn it on and it's just like
bad.
It's dark.
It's so bad for your mental health.
Yeah. And I think it's really important now that people find something that can actually help their mental health, because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else. And right now, everything always consistently seems like depressing and dark. And I keep telling everyone, you need to like find that activity, whether that be like, walking your dog or loving one of your friends or something like that, that can actually improve the quality of your mental health before you can then start helping other people or start working on other stuff, or even organizing in like, your workplace or something like that. And that whole scene, I don't know. I've never understood it. It's always seemed like something like, why do people spend time, fixating this one trait of a human being, beauty? I don't know.
They said she's the most beautiful. And the girl's gorgeous. The girl who won is gorgeous. The girl who was first, all the girls are gorgeous. But here they are creating this divisive conversation again. It's about race. They want to put it in all kinds of other things, but it's about race. And it's also about how they're fat shaming as well. Just everybody is getting astray from this whole thing. And I'm like, what the hell what trans people had? No trans person said a thing. And here we are. She's, we got somebody who was born, biologically a female, or who's really a woman. Like, it's just, who said, nobody said nothing about nothing. And here you are bringing this divisiveness.
Yeah.
Can't even celebrate
and
the
these
girl.
are the same people who say that the left is always talking about identity politics. They make everything about identity politics, white identity politics, or cis politics. Like that, they are literally the ones who won't shut the fuck up about trans people and race and gay people. Like, do you think that like queer people want to be talked about? Like, we want to like fucking smoke weed and play video games. I don't want to like talk about my rights. I don't want to talk about that shit.
They don't think you do that. They don't think that queer people are normal people. They don't think black folks are normal people. They don't think brown folks are normal people. They just feel like you have to be white, and white is right. Yeah. And that's it. White is right.
Every minority is a threat because they're becoming the minority, and their fear is that they'll be treated as poorly as they treated minorities. That seems like what it is. Like, that's why you hear about this whole slogan, the white supremacist slogan of diversity is white genocide, because they feel like, oh, we're disappearing. It's like, shut the fuck up. You want to be the oppressed so bad. They really want to be oppressed. They want to be victims so bad.
They walking around talking about oppression, and I'm like, but do you? Here you go. Y'all want to take oppression now? Y'all want to walk around and be like, oh my gosh, we are reparations for whites because people were
That is
teaching
fucking
about
mind-boggling.
Black history. Reparations
That is
for white people?
mind-boggling to me.
No,
Because they
White
want us to
History
help-
Month.
Like,
right.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's
That
do
sound-
White History Month.
That sounds like something that
Let's
they
talk about it.
just said to like trigger people, like reparations for white people. That had to be like just a way. There's no way.
He's really trying to do
You're
it. He
serious.
said for the ones who really try. He said this. He said, and it's going to affect education. It already has in Florida. They've for people who. For white folks who had to go to schools where they had to be taught, forced African American history, and those who went to schools they're going to sue or plan to sue HBCUs, which you guys know I graduated from the #1 in the nation, Florida A&M University. But they're going to sue. They plan to sue HBCUs because they say that they shouldn't be just Black centered or putting priority on Black students going into the schools. Those schools were made because we couldn't go to the white schools. So it just doesn't make sense. And then, the capital funding for businesses, there was the Fearless Fund with Arian Simone, who was also a FAMU grad, by the way. She was one of the only group of people who made the capital business funding for Black businesses. And one of, I think like the percentage is really low, like 1% that's in capital funding for that. And she got sued by white folks and it got all the way to the Supreme Court because they were upset that they had this funding for just Black businesses. And the Supreme Court ruled it as racist and she can't do it no more. And that was like literally a program to help Black folks. So here is what they're trying to do. They're saying that they're oppressed. There should not be programs that are only for Black. The reason why these things exist is because systemically we are on the bottom of the list for any of that. So we create our own and we help our own. That's how we do it. That's what they do. So we have to do it for ourselves to get education, to get money for businesses, to get grants to go to school, and they're saying, and then to teach us the right way about our history and not what was given to us, as lies. There's actual truth about our history in America and around the world. And they've taught us lies or omitted a lot of the truths. And now they're mad about that. And here go Donald Trump saying that's basically, he's going to make sure they get restitution for the white folks who were affected after all these years.
I mean, this has happened in history too. Like the feminist movement was completely divided. Like white women wouldn't accept brown and Black women. So brown and Black women had to go off and do their own feminist movement. And then white women were doing their own feminist movement completely separate. Like this isn't the first time this has happened.
Yep.
And they didn't want lesbians as well. Lesbians had to crash white feminist like rallies and stuff like that just to get in to say we're sisters too. We're part of the movement. Like everything is, we're
going backwards.
So draining to think about all this. We are.
Humans are a mistake. I just gotta say, we don't deserve to exist on this planet anymore. It's enough.
No, we don't
fucked it
deserve
up too
Giant
long.
meteor,
It's enough.
2028.
We're done. Yeah.
One thing that I will say though, because
no
I've been trying to like grapple with this, especially after the election. Like, how do you just exist in a world that's so sick and disgusting, and so many people are cruel, if not most people are cruel? And like, how do you just keep going with that fact? Like, things might get worse, probably will get worse as we get older. I mean, fascism, it's probably going to be exacerbated because there's going to be more immigration once countries have to leave because of climate change. So like, I don't know if things are going to get better. But like, so how do you just exist? And this is something that I've been trying to grapple with lately and not go crazy. Part of it is
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you were
ahead.
about to get profound. I was like, I'm interrupting him just as he's getting profound. That's terrible of me. Go. You were getting deep. Go.
No, I was just gonna say. So the thing that's helped me cope a little bit is a quote from an anime that I watch, and I shared this in a video.
Oh God, I regret it. I'm interrupting
You're gonna get
I
deep,
gotta
and here you go.
I want to hear this.
Yeah,
Me too.
so there's a character named Mikasa in my favorite anime, and she said, "This world is cruel, but it's also beautiful." And I'm like, oh my God, that really that hits so hard. Because I was thinking about like Palestine and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, it's true. It's undeniable that the world is so cruel. But even if you look at like Palestinians, we've just like for the past year, we've been watching them die but we haven't watched them live. And there's like you could see the beauty in the world just through them, the ones that are trying to make it. Like, so I've been seeing these TikToks, like there's these two young boys. They wanted to make hot chocolate in Gaza. And so they had to find the equipment and the ingredients. So they like went on a mission together and they went to find hot chocolate. And by the end of the TikTok, they did it. They made hot chocolate. And they're like, that's not bad. Not bad. And like the way that they did it, their friendship was like, oh my God, like you're seeing them walk through the rubble and you're like, holy shit. Like it's just it's an apocalypse and they're sitting there making hot chocolate. And it's like it's really beautiful that they were able to like find beauty in the world even though things are so bleak. And then there was another guy that he had a little laptop and he didn't have the power to play a game, but he set up like this L-shaped desk in a tent in Gaza and he put like this tablecloth over. It was really nice. He lit a candle and his little notepad, and so he was taking notes on Valorant so he can get good, so that way when he has enough money to buy a solar charger, then he's going to clap some cheeks. And he was just like showing it off. He was really like proudful of it. And it's like, man, the fact that like you can find like beauty in like in a war zone like that where you're literally undergoing a genocide, like it's an undeniable truth about the world where it's like it's so fucked up and cruel, but it's also beautiful. Just like the people who are care about Gaza, just the people who are shedding tears, that's beautiful in and of itself. So like even if things don't get better, it's still good that we can find beauty in the world, even if it's in little things like art or music or just hugging your fucking dog. Like it's bleak, as sad as it sounds and as bleak as it sounds, like that's all what makes it all worthwhile. So that's kind of like that's my profound pitch. That's how
it's good to hear you optimistic. Like I don't often hear you being positive.
Oh, I'm not optimistic. Don't be mistaken.
I like it. He was so positive. We didn't know where you were going with that. And you went somewhere else with that. Mike, I like that, Mike. Thank you so much. And I feel the same way. Like I can't let. I mean, I still got to live in this world. And so I do feel like I am going to cover this so differently the next 4 years. I'm going to be covering Donald Trump very differently. I'm going to just cover whatever I need to cover, have my conversations, but I will not be covering every little stupid thing that he does. I'm not doing that. We did that for years, and I know that I won't be doing that. That's one thing. Like I started my Christmas early, got my tree behind me. I said,
oh, I love that.
I'm just gonna do. It really was.
That's it right there, Rebecca.
Something like I didn't care. I'm like, I know Thanksgiving is coming up, but the world is effed anyway. I'm gonna do what I feel like doing. If I want Christmas today, I'm gonna have Christmas today. So went through the closet, took everything out. You know the Christmas stuff. You know how you gotta go through and grab all that stuff. Put away all my fall things because I decorate my house for the seasons, and then grabbed that Christmas tree, undusted it. All the little critters and stuff, took that out of there. And then, put up my Christmas tree, fixed up my kitchen the same way, and I put on some Christmas music. It's not Christmas yet, but I wanted to feel a different vibe for myself. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I also go to therapy, which helps me as well. Get up in the morning early, pray, and I make sure I take a walk or I go on a run for a few miles. And that helps me out too. Like I'm going to do things. I'm not going to let, there are going to be some dark days because I got family members who are going to be affected by this whole immigration thing. They came on the Biden program, things of that sort. In Haiti right now, it's 20,000 people were just displaced last week from the city where my mother is from. And the gangs pushed out 20,000 people. Okay. So they're all displaced there. So folks that are here, that just got here, going back, it ain't gonna be the best. All of these things are going through my head, but I'm like, again, I deal with that stuff, but I also know that I have my life to live too. So the people there, even though there's some of them are displaced and stuff, they're finding ways to see similar videos, Mike, online. They're finding ways to find joy, and I'm like, it saddens me, but I'm like, I'm over here. I got lights, even though it's a struggle to pay them sometimes. I got lights, I got food, I got these things. And I'm going to find joy. I'm not going to force it, but I'm going to make sure I find joy in my living because these crazies are going to be out and I'm alive. And that's enough for me to try
that's
to find
so important though, because
Joy
is joy regardless of the conditions. Like you don't have to be in perfect conditions, perfectly economically safe, to experience joy. It's the same joy. So as long as you steal that joy and just try to find it in anything, I think that that's really important. like before I would beat myself up about just like, hey, man, I'm sitting here playing a video game and there's so much
Mhm.
shit going on. You know, there's genocide, there's exploitation. Like, how can I just like exist knowing all this shit is happening? It's like it eats you away, but it's like you can't. Like even in the worst conditions, and it's privileged for me to say right now because I'm not in that predicament. But like even in the worst conditions, human beings find a way to not just live but even thrive, and they take joy in the smallest amount of things. And that doesn't make it okay, but it just means that like you've got life, like as long as that is a thing, as long as there is still joy to be found, then there's still like, you know, everything is worthwhile. There's still a reason to wake up in the morning, you know.
Mike is preaching tonight. Okay, Mike, this is different from you hating the old folks and saying F off to the Republican people. You voted for Trump, baby. You came in preaching tonight. Okay.
You hate old folks. Normally, that's all he talks about. Normally, that's all Mike ever wants to talk about.
The anime
I
really
switch
inspired
gears.
Mike.
Anime,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
I love
The anime
Watch more
changed
anime is what I learned
him.
from this.
Yeah,
I gotta watch more anime.
Yeah.
You're the first
I
person
just
that
finished
anime
Attack
made
on
healthier,
Titan.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't pour from an empty cup. You know, I had
Come
to learn
on.
that the hard way. Like when I first started doing content, I covered Uvalde and it absolutely broke me. And I like quite literally had to go touch grass to be able to even
Yeah.
think about doing content. So I feel like the next 4 years, we should all, even people watching, like we should have our little, you know, daily things that we do that give us a little bit more like endorphins throughout the
Bright
week.
spots.
You know, like working out,
Yeah.
meditating, walking. I don't know, whatever you like to do that gives you joy. Like, definitely do it because it's about to be a hard 4 years, you know?
Like it or
Yeah.
not, definitely is going to be. He's already starting. He's not even president yet, and
Yeah.
he's hitting everything that he can. So I always say this. I check in with everybody, just to see how y'all feeling. Days be hard. And sometimes you just want to talk about it because you didn't get a chance to talk about it, and I ain't your therapist, but I can listen. Randomly, just yesterday, somebody who is popular put at 3 a.m. Why was I up at 3 a.m.? I don't know. But at 3 a.m., fighting my own thoughts, I get on threads and there's this popular person. She's very popular and she's known for giving people inspiring things. She was, I think, had a whole guest ad where she did, and with her nails where she says positive things, right? Long story short, she got on there and she just wrote letters, and she said, not my camera going out, but she said, if you know what this means, then you're just as depressed as me. Basically, she was saying, I don't want to be here anymore. And I was just like, listen, I just poured into her, and I didn't, and mind you, she has a lot of people that are on her page, but nobody ever like picked up on what she said. And basically she was saying she didn't want to be here anymore. And I was just saying, just pouring back into her because that's where her content usually is. And she saw it, and I was like the only person that noticed that. And she saw it, and she was just like, wow, thank you for pouring into me. See, people, you don't even know like how much this stuff is affecting people. This past, election, how it just really is affecting people before he's coming in. So it is really important to just kind of, like, if you can, pour into people. But like you said, Ariana, you can't pour from an empty cup either. So take care of yourself for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like also, I think as creators, we need to be really careful because like a lot of people really fearmonger, especially on the left side of the spectrum. And I just feel like there's so many people that are like literally scared for their life, like LGBTQ plus, like children, so many different marginalized kids. And like, I feel like there's some creators that just kind of hop on and they're like, Trump said he's going to do X, Y, and Z, but like, we don't know if like nothing's been put into effect. Nothing has been made in policy. So I feel like there's definitely like a fine line to walk to where it's like, okay, Trump is doing some really scary things, but like, let's also like be mindful of, and I'm not talking to anyone here specifically. I'm just talking about like people in general and how they speak. Because there's people that are really genuinely like scared to the point of like having, suicidal ideations or whatever.
That's how I feel about the cabinet picks. Like until they're actually there, well, I'm not going to talk about fucking Matt Gaetz or whoever the fuck. Like they're not there yet. Like these are just like things that he made, and it's like, yeah, it's also not really news to me. It's like, what did you expect? Like that's like for at least for my audience, people that the algorithms, we know how they are. Like people that watch me tend to watch me normally. Like my videos rarely get out to like that many new people. So it's like they don't need to hear about this yet. Like nothing's happened yet. Like it's
Yeah.
people. And by the way, they know, they see the names. I got nothing to add to the conversation. Like it's depressing. There's no need to really discuss it until they're there.
But people,
also,
I feel like, and I understand where you're coming from, Ariana and David,
Mhm.
but I also feel like people don't know, right? And some people are saying that we survived those first 4 years with Donald Trump. Some people didn't because of his stupidity. Literally, some people didn't. And he
100,000
had
Americans died, or 200,000 died when he was in office in that first year of COVID.
And so much uptick in mass murders and him, being okay with it. We saw what he did with a lot of psychopaths, with the whole George Floyd protests and all that. We've seen a lot of those things, but some people, and I hate to say it, it's like I don't want to. When I do talk about it, because I ain't gonna like David, I ain't really gonna sit on a lot of these things and stay on them when I do cover it, like on my my other shows. But I do know that a lot of people don't know. They don't know who Matt Gaetz is, or they don't know.
Yeah, but then they're not watching political videos. Like if they don't know who Matt Gaetz is, they're not on YouTube watching me. Like they're you know what I mean?
They're
like,
watching the people who are giving this information, and then they're going outside.
yeah, and
to be
I
part
can't
of the
get to those
problem.
people. I can't get to the people that don't know anything. Like
Yeah,
if you're still someone who voted for Trump because you're stupid, like at this point, my video can't get to you. Like it's
No.
you know it's you're in some other rabbit hole, or you're not paying attention to politics at all, and you just don't know what the fuck's going on.
And there's some people who are looking for spaces, and especially now, because people who didn't really understand are now trying to find spaces. Because it's so funny. I'm like, I just watch my old videos because I ain't got nothing to say right now. But people are looking for these spaces, and I'm like, I don't know. I know that I know how I get down on Like It or Not, and I know how the conversation tends to go. We do get tense over there, and not in the sense of fear mongering, but we be telling them, y'all voted for this, and we are going to have some really troubling times, but we're gonna have to balance it out. If y'all want to know how to get through these times, then stick with us. I don't have the blueprint. We just gonna have to get through the 4 years. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna tell you what's going on. And Godspeed. No, I'm kidding. But no, like
best of luck.
One thing I can say is that I went through a very similar moment to a lot of you, where I saw that new video that someone posted of someone doing Schindler's List on a cello in the middle of like totally destroyed Gaza, and it just broke me. And I was like talking to my mom, and I was like, oh my god, I've seen the worst of humanity, everything's so fucked. And she's indigenous, and she's got a friend out near Saskatoon who lives near a reservation, and she had told her the story that actually was pretty crazy. She's like, I know a lot of people are very scared right now, but I have to tell you something about the idea of living in fascism. She's like, the indigenous community in Canada, she's like, there are people up there in a reserve that don't have clean drinking water. Their children are taken away from them every day. They're imprisoned all the time. They are overrepresented in the criminal justice system. They've been living under this for decades and decades. Even under, when you think things are better for you, things are better under a liberal government or a democratic government or something like that in the West, they have been living under just the most objectively horrifying conditions constantly. And they're still resilient, and they still haven't died, and they still have the strength to get up and do shit. And I remember when I heard that, I was like, holy fuck, just put everything in that kind of like, that's so fucking true. Like you got to fight, and you got to like reframe this all, because there is like something to be said about the fact that like people have lived through such hardships and such fucked up stuff, and we still can like get past it. We still can like, we all didn't grow up in the Cold War where every single day someone thought like a nuclear bomb was going to kill everybody. We didn't grow up in a generation before that where, like gay people couldn't exist. Like sodomy laws alone would put you in prison just for who you are, right? We didn't grow up in a time where just the very idea of someone identifying as something other than being a man when they're a woman would again have everyone think that you would need to be put into an insane asylum just for saying something like that out loud, right? So there has been like so much fucked up shit in the past. And then on top of that, we fight to make things better. And that's one of the ways that like, humanity keeps on getting better. Ideally.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Even the people who are activists, abolitionists and stuff, they get tired too. If like the stories of those who lived, who weren't assassinated, who have lived long enough to see some of the changes that they fought for take place, their last days or last years, they go take rest. They might move to a whole nother country. We've seen that with some of our favorite people, that they'll go live in another country. They'll lay low for a little bit because the fight can get tiring, but they are still fighting. They pass the baton on to the next generation to do the same by creating a blueprint or just following some of the things that they went by. But it does get tiring, and sometimes I mean, you deserve to rest at some point. You don't always, and I think right now for us millennial, creators, or are you Generation Z, Ariana? Because I'm not sure, baby.
I'm Gen Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the we got a Gen Z.
Gen Z.
We're really mixing it up here.
Oh, how? What year were you born?
I was born 1996, so like right on the cusp.
Gen Z.
No, I'm
She's
Gen
a baby
Z.
millennial, but she grew up Gen Z though. She's a baby millennial.
I mean, that's
am
close
not a
enough
millennial.
considering where the hell I am.
I am.
No, I'll
not
take
a
Gen Z
millennial.
for sure.
No offense,
Gen
y'all,
Z.
but
She's a millennial.
I'm not
She's a
millennial.
millennial.
You can't
She's not a
gatekeep Gen
millennial.
Z.
She's a
You don't
You know what? Yeah, why don't
Millennial.
you make a TikTok that can go viral and then we can talk?
Ooh,
You're a millennial.
Oh,
that's so
You're
Gen
a
Z of her to
millennial.
say. That's so Gen
You're a
Z of her to
millennial.
say. Absolutely Gen Z. She just showed
Old
us.
people are on TikTok
Yeah.
now. Does it make you Gen Z? You're a millennial.
I just want to say,
Join the
when
club.
Cenk was running for president, he made the most boomer TikToks on earth. It was honestly the funniest thing ever. It would be like, we call it, by the way, we call it the millennial pause. Just, he had like this pause when the film would first start, and he'd be like, "Hey guys, it's Cenk. I'm running for president." It was like the most ridiculous thing.
call it
Not
the millennial
millennial
pause.
The pregnant
got
pauses that I do, that I
I'll
will
say that in my
do as a
comments.
journalist, is this called millennial pauses? I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I've been
funny.
called up for that. I'm like, oh my god, it's so true. I didn't know that.
You're a millennial. You're a millennial.
She's Gen Z.
No.
She happened to be
No.
born
No,
in the millennial
no.
time.
No. Millennial age year.
Well, I'm a Zillennial. I think, you know what? We can land on Zillennial.
Millennials were
No.
born.
Don't negotiate with him, Ariana.
He has no power here. He's too old. This is the biggest cope I've ever seen. You're
He's
totally
Gen
right.
X.
When he gets
Matt is
That was Gen
yeah, I
X.
know. That's bumping up right
Millennials.
now.
That was
Full boomer
millennial.
in real time.
Millennials.
No,
Do you
no,
remember?
Ariana, you are.
Yeah,
Yes,
did you
it's
ever
millennial.
open a phone? Did you ever open a
This
flip
is-
phone?
This is right on
Yes.
Wikipedia. Millennials were born
He's using Wikipedia as a source.
Wikipedia, it's so
Most
good with
millennial-
you, man.
Wikipedia is like the worst thing
1981
ever.
and 1996. You're a
No, but she was born at that
millennial.
time. She was raised.
Exactly. Yeah.
as
right.
no, we
Millennials
raised
were
literally.
born
No,
1981 and 1996.
Ariana, baby,
No,
you
this
are
is
you're
gaslighting,
Generation Z,
Ariana.
and that's
Oh, wait.
okay. Because you just
Do
asked
you do you remember 9/11? That's kind of like how I judge this. If you
Do you
remember
remember
9/11,
I mean, I was okay. You know what? 9/11 is really funny because I only remember.
Oh, you think
I
it's
don't
funny,
know.
Ariana?
No, I'm literally
That's a very
scared.
Gen Z
Yo,
thing to say.
no, listen.
Someone's going
that's
to
a very
clip
Gen Z
that.
thing to say.
Someone is going to clip that.
I'm claiming it back. Okay, I'm claiming it. I was literally playing on the lawn, minding my business, and my dad just screams, "Come in the house!" So I'm like, "What the hell?" So I come in, and my dad's sitting on the floor with his hand in his head like that, and he's just like not, and he's just kind of like going back and forth, and I was like, and then I just look at the TV, and I see like that was before the second tower got hit, and I was just like, okay, that's weird. And then I just went back to playing. Like I didn't, I was like,
She just answered your question, Mike. She's a millennial. She remembers
she's a
very
Generation Z.
clearly.
I mean,
very clearly remembers 9/11. She's a millennial.
She was back.
yeah, but but I'm also
But
a little
not-
Eastern,
not in a
and like my
serious
dad
way.
was like wallowing on the ground, like I don't
And
know.
she
I
went to
feel
go
like you would
play. That
remember it
lets us
too,
know
but
where she was.
I think for me it's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
if- I
I don't know
think
why,
that if
I
you
don't know why
don't
Matt,
have
you're
the
so
fear,
you're so adamant about that.
Yeah, yeah.
adamant
This is
about
such a
this
weird
because
hill.
This is
We're
the
trying-
most
we can't-
passion. This is the
we're
most
trying-
passion Matt has shown for anything in like a month.
Because
We're trying
I
to make her
do.
something she's not. She says she doesn't identify
I would
as.
not-
So she says she
I would not-
identifies as a Generation Z. And then we should definitely own that. Now, with that being said, she asked us, "Did we hang up the phone?" She said that. She said, "Did we hang up?" The
I
phone at any
did.
point?" And we did. Ariana,
and I had a flip phone. Full disclosure, I had a flip phone.
I had a flip phone. and I used to hang it up like that too.
I
So
had to
See,
ask
I
the
can't
parents'
relate.
permission to talk to a girl I like. That sucks. You know, where you have to be like, "Can I speak to?" It's like, what is your business, son?
Yeah.
Why are you calling
Yeah.
this number? Like, I just want to say hello.
Three-way when you had to tap in, three-way when you had to star 67 and call where they couldn't see your number, you know, all those things. And your mom would pick
Me
up.
and my
How
friend
about
used
internet?
to prank call on three-way all the time, and we get into trouble because you could pick up the other phone and then hear, and my mom like, "Get the fuck off the phone!"
Yeah.
As we're like prank calling places. I was such a
those
brat.
were
What
great
it
times.
sounded like. I know what it sounds like when you pick up the phone and be like, because you have to do dial up and stuff. That was terrible too.
You're trying to talk cute to some guy, and your mom is like in Creole too. You know, Rebecca, did you even shower? I'm like, I'm 11,
Oh
and my
my
mom's like, did you even
God.
shower? Like, that's embarrassing,
okay,
mom.
you
I'm
win.
talking to a guy. Like, what are we talking? It's a Haitian mom. It's terrible. Okay, terrible.
Did you even shower? Damn.
Yeah,
Damn, she does not play.
Your mom has no chill.
She's like, she wouldn't even say like, hey, I'm sorry, you need no. It's like, did you even shower? Like, can you do they know that you don't pick up your laundry? Do they like, mom, stop? Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
You know my daughter is stink. What's your intentions? Okay, you know.
I'm 10 years old, 11. I'm trying to like be on the phone with my friends. No, my mom, my Haitian mom, she would
Oh my God.
embarrass. Okay.
That's
And be listening to the conversation. They'll pick up so slow too, and be listening to see what you got going on.
Yeah, I never went through that.
What a time! What a time! But yeah.
God, that's
So
funny.
the consensus.
Glad we
is
all
that-
agree. I'm glad
Yeah,
we all
she's-
agree that Ariana is a millennial.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's continue. Let's move
No.
on.
Matt's just mad that he's
She's-
old.
Matt
You're just
I know,
mad
I
that
agree.
he's old.
No, it's not. No, it's not
This
about.
is
It's not
biggest
about.
clip
It's not
I've ever
about.
heard of either.
You're
Yeah.
really,
Listen, it's not
Matt,
about. It's not about
aging
being.
is beauty. Okay, a lot of people
Oh,
don't get the chance to age.
listen. If anyone
should
knows
just
about how aging
own
is a
it.
beauty, look at this. Look at this face right here. This is a good-looking 38-year-old. I'll tell you that
No,
much.
millennials don't have a problem. I don't think millennials have a problem with we're okay. I feel like
I look great for my age, so I have not a problem with aging. But I refuse to have a Gen Z individual join this show. So you're a millennial if you want to continue being part of this Mafia.
Don't listen to him. No, don't listen to Matt. Don't take him
That's
seriously.
crazy.
I think we need some different perspectives on here personally.
Me too. I like her perspective.
Nope.
She asked us, did we pick up the phone? Then I just know that what's gonna
Yeah.
come next in these next, as she's here, it's gonna be fresh. It's gonna be
Thank
good.
We need a Gen
appreciate
Z
it.
perspective, and now we have that.
No,
Okay.
we don't need a Gen Z
referenced
perspective.
TikTok.
We got plenty of a Gen Z perspective during the election. We know exactly where Gen Z stands.
Oh God.
Millennials officially the greatest generation.
No, I thought it was Gen X that voted mostly
No,
for
Gen
Democrats.
X and Gen Z.
It was
If you are Gen
It was
Z,
actually the
for real,
boomers who
Ariana,
went
then
surprisingly left.
the
that's true,
parents of
Lance.
Gen Z and the
boomers,
children of Gen X join forces to give us what we've got today.
Why are you right?
I don't know.
Why are you hazing her? Please.
You know what? This is not
Why
a
do you
hill
hate
I'm
her?
here to die on.
No,
Matt.
it's fine. If you're Gen
Why
Z,
don't
it's
you
fine,
make a
but it's the
TikTok
truth.
so I just want to see
It
how
is
you
the
make
truth.
a TikTok, Matt.
Gen X. Gen
Yeah, I want
X.
to see a Matt
Pause
Bender
this.
TikTok. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt Bender. All right, I'll do one of those TikTok dances or something.
Oh my
You
God.
dumb.
Oh, Matt.
Wait, I refuse to have a boomer on this podcast.
giving
Matt
boomer.
Bender, please.
Why are you
That was very boomer.
No boomers allowed on this podcast.
I'm doing the backpack kid dance from Fortnite. There you go.
That's so out of date. Oh my God.
You know what? Someone in the chat did say something important. Why haven't any of you allowed Ariana to introduce herself? It's her first episode. I agree. We haven't.
Oh my God,
I think we
right.
just all. I think we all. I think we all just assumed.
We've heard
Yeah.
all we need to hear from her. She's
You're such a
Let's
hipster.
look into it.
You know what? That's
Ariana, the floor is yours. Tell the people who you are.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
the things.
Cool. Yay, thank you. Hi everyone. I've been here a couple of times, so it's not my first time. I go by Ariana Jasmine on every platform. I'm a Twitch streamer, but I'm better known on Instagram and TikTok. I make daily videos on the news, and they're very easily consumable because Gen Z, millennials, we have the brain span of a starfish. We can't really watch anything longer than 3 seconds. So I try to, cater it to that audience. But yeah, I'm Middle Eastern and I'm Muslim, so a lot of my content does revolve around the Middle East, but it's not exclusively to the Middle East. And yeah, I'm so happy to be here. So thanks for having me.
I love that.
She's being really humble. She's like a superstar on TikTok. Like I see your stuff on TikTok. You're massive. You're massive. It's very cool.
Thank you.
How many followers you got on there?
I think around 280,000 now.
Oh, wow, this is a big deal. Yeah.
It's okay. But I'm kind of scared because I feel like TikTok's not going to be a thing after January. Like,
is it?
Right.
No, did they say it?
No, it's
We
gonna be a
just
thing.
ended in Canada, not the app, but the offices all had to leave Canada.
The company
we just did that.
Really?
Yeah,
the company just
like
banned in
they're
Canada.
starting to. It's not looking hot. I don't know. So their timeline for shutting down, like the ban is actually going to go into effect in late December, early January. And I just don't know. I know one of the sharks was like, "I'll buy it off, of China, whatever."
That was a rule, right? Like if an American or someone who wasn't located in China bought majority, then it can still stick around, which is also fucked.
So I don't know if they're gonna do it or not.
You mean like Shark Tank sharks?
Yeah. One of the sharks was like, "I'll buy
Kevin
it."
O'Leary, right?
It was Kevin O'Leary. Yeah.
I don't think any of those guys can afford it. Honestly.
You got 2 pages, Ariana, on TikTok?
I only have one that's active, but I probably have multiple.
I was like, somebody's trying to get you. No, but
wait,
I see.
How many followers on TikTok did you say you have again? 280,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably have about 280,000 accounts on there. They just all follow my main one.
No, oh my God, you are hating on her. Stop, let her go.
What's with Bender today? Jesus Christ. Did you finish all your kids' Halloween candy or something? It's
Hey, I was quiet. I was quiet. I was listening because I was talking a lot in the beginning. So I was listening. And then she had to set me off by claiming she was Gen Z, and that was the end of it.
You're setting this precedent, and now she's going to give you so much shit throughout the show.
I will back up.
It's
maybe she can use me on one of her like TikTok or Instagram segments talking to an elder millennial or something, talking to an elderly leftist, talking to an elderly leftist.
Yeah.
No.
What's it like knowing death is imminent? Have you thought about your own mortality, Matt? Like,
that one hit him hard.
He didn't even laugh about it. He just
you lived more than 50% of your life. Like,
hey, I was thinking, like if I double my age, I mean, am I gonna even be here still? It probably is a good chance I won't be. I mean, I'm getting up there.
That's not true. What you're getting in your 30s.
You'll hit 80.
Oh, the
question is, do you want
to hit that? No, Matt,
don't fall into the trap. You feel bad for him now. Keep going.
He's playing us. This is all an act. He's trying to.
I did not mean to cause an existential crisis. I was just joking. I did not mean to cause an existential crisis. We're the same age, Matt.
Leave
We're the
him
same
alone.
age.
You're
1 year older.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, Matt started it.
In the past couple of years, I started joining soccer leagues and stuff as I come to grips with my mortality, sort of my midlife crisis right there. I mean, it's got to be part of it, right? It's coming. It's the end for me soon. It was nice knowing you all. Take care. Have a great night.
I kind of wish you went offline because then we could finish the show in like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Lord.
I actually am completely fine with aging. I'm not worried about it because I see people are now.
Yeah, you don't seem like someone that would be worried about that.
Yeah, I don't care. When I die, I die.
Yeah,
But we're
I-
living
like-
now, so that's the important part.
Exactly.
Okay.
Although I will say, I saw that picture of Jimmy Carter. Like, oh, he celebrates his 100th birthday, and I'm like, oh,
my
I
God,
don't
it
want to
was
live
so
to be that
scary.
old.
I was like,
Or Diane Feinstein.
You know why?
I
He's
thought it was
white.
just
Yeah,
open
Feinstein
casket
too.
funeral. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
He's white and he's
I wouldn't
100.
say that.
I think it's a difference.
Guys, you know what though? I think Nancy Pelosi should be the next Democrat nominee for president. She's not backing
Look,
down.
she's young comparatively speaking.
Relatively speaking, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I was just thinking, no, but I think that was a joke for you, like just like that she should be. I want to make sure.
No, you're
we're
talking about
at-
Jimmy
like,
Carter.
that could actually
Jimmy
happen.
Carter,
That's why it's
Rebecca,
so
and
worrying.
him being white, like his skin is
Exactly. You could
transparent, right? Like you could see
White
everything.
people when they get old,
see his skeleton outline. I don't
it's
want to
crazy.
Yeah,
Look.
that's it. You could see the veins.
But he
it's
lived
so
for a
scary to
long
me.
time, though. Look, that's beautiful.
great
though.
life.
He's lived. He's
beautiful.
You said he's still alive, right? Said he lived for.
I think. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
said
We're
he
not
lived for a
past
long
tense
time.
yet. Yeah.
No, you see, my aunt. Remember, I told you my aunt passed away. And I said
Getting
she
a
was
little ahead
ancient.
of ourselves.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully, I ain't trying to no, but remember I told you guys my great aunt passed away, and she was ancient, 102.
Oh my
and-
God.
But she ain't look like Jimmy Carter.
You don't think, no? Okay.
She did not. She didn't look like Jimmy Carter. She still. I mean, she looked old. She looked old, but she didn't look like that. Like she still was moving around, and it wasn't giving like the skeletal. Like it's trying
The
to
mouth
come out.
agape,
It wasn't.
like, yeah.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't giving that. And I see that often. But life is a blessing. So to have lived a lot of different decades.
That doesn't look like a blessing, Rebecca. When I saw that
sorry.
picture, that does not look like a blessing.
I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all because somebody gonna be mad.
I know people get really mad when when you're like, I just don't want to see the photo. And I saw people being like, how could you say that? He's such a distinguished gentleman and all this stuff.
And he
I was
is,
like,
but sometimes.
I'm not
If I
saying
look
he's
like that, please don't show it to anybody. Like that's how I feel.
right. Thank you.
Keep it within the
photo.
family, please.
Yeah.
The world doesn't need to
Yeah.
see me look like that.
Like, why are you showing me this picture of this dying human being? That's morbid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's all I ask. Yeah.
He's always rolling out, and I'm like, how many times y'all gonna roll him out? I think y'all should keep him inside.
Let him
Like, he
rest,
just-
right?
it's yeah. So-
And then
Oh
it's
my
like, I saw these articles and it's like, he stayed alive so he could cast his vote for Kamala. And then he lived so long that he got to see her lose. It's like, oh my God, just stop already. Just take away any information and news from him. Just hook him up to fucking some morphine. Let him drift away. Stop doing this to
Like,
him.
how old is Bernie
Goddamn.
Sanders? How old is
such
Bernie
a-
Sanders?
I think it's like 80 something.
Yeah,
No?
you see, it's
Yeah.
old don't gotta
88,
be.
89?
And he's
Is he
kicking.
really?
He's not 89.
No, I'm
No.
getting ahead of myself here. I don't think he's that old.
But he's
Oh,
up
okay.
there, and
83.
yeah.
Oh my.
He looks way better than Biden though, because Biden's 82.
Oh my,
It's
Bernie
true.
looks way better.
Sounds way better.
He looks better and he sounds better. He's more he's more himself.
He's a
still,
better
like-
human trying to do good things. He's not,
Yeah,
You know what? It
he's
might be
better
the
all around.
evil. It might be the evil
Yeah,
popping out.
evil
with
does
Diane
A lot of
Feinstein,
evil
you
people
know?
live a
Like,
fucking long time though.
No, when you're not a good
yeah, like
person,
Henry Kissinger.
Sheldon Adelson lived to like what,
Yeah,
104 or something? Like,
How did Henry Kissinger live for that long?
yeah, him too. Yeah,
Right.
There's a lot of
Just
people
evil.
that are-
Consuming
crazy.
souls to extend
today
his
was
own
Joe Biden's
life.
birthday.
Today's Biden's birthday. He
that's
turned
right.
82, according to my chat.
Sad
Tomorrow.
birthday, Biden. Everybody wish him a sad birthday.
Oh my god.
Tomorrow, I don't like doing this. I don't know why I'm even saying this, but tomorrow's actually my birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
The show would have been on my birthday, but we have it.
Wait,
today,
what's your
a day
horoscope
early.
sign?
Scorpio.
Oh, okay, cool.
So wait, didn't it work out best for you to have it today too? Why would you want to do the show on your birthday?
I wouldn't
right?
be here if it was tomorrow.
Yeah, but
I'm
now
so glad we moved it. I'm so
everybody-
glad.
Yeah,
we
I
did that.
could have had the
Make sure you
week
send
off,
all
but it's
your
okay. I'm here
super
now.
chats to David for his birthday. Send him some
But you would've
birthday love,
missed-
some birthday coin, because he ain't gonna ask y'all, but I'ma tell y'all. Just show him
Yes.
love. Show David some love. It's his
Yeah.
birthday. He deserves.
Oh,
so-
thank you. You
And
don't
say
have to.
something nice
No,
about
send him a
Concord,
coin.
the video game.
Actually,
You would've-
somebody already brought
you
up a
would've-
video game in one of my chats, so I appreciate
You would
it.
have missed episode 100 if it wasn't for me.
Is today episode 100?
Thank you, Matt.
You know
I owe
what?
everything to
Happy
you.
birthday, David. Happy
Poor
birthday.
David.
That was
I've given you the greatest
You
gift
gave
of
me,
all.
I was just gonna say that. You just gave me the greatest gift of all. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
And David, you're 45 now, 47.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. How old I am?
How old are you, David?
I'm gonna be a year from 40.
Really?
Oh, so you're older. You're older than me.
Yeah, I think I'm the oldest one here.
We're all very
Oh,
close.
Wait
so
a
you'll
minute.
die first. I feel
No,
better
I
now.
just
No.
turned 34. And you telling me you 39?
Tomorrow.
Wow. You don't look it. I mean, not that it looks. See, I told you, millennials is something about it. You a white one too, and it's something about it. You see, it's the preservation up in there.
David's white.
Oh, I have noticed a few, maybe just a few gray hairs here and there. I'm just like, all right,
A lot of people are
it's
graying
happening.
early, though. It's okay. Salt and pepper is fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm actually
I
fine.
love
Whatever.
me
It
some
doesn't
salt
really
and
bother me.
pepper. It's nice. But
I thought it was called Gray Fox. It's called Salt and Pepper. Yeah.
it's not silver fox. Some people call it silver fox.
Sorry, Silver Fox. That's
Some
it.
people
Yeah.
call it salt and pepper. It
That's
Isn't
when
that
you're
when
like fully.
Silver
Fox
Fox is when you're
cooler.
all white, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
When you're
so.
all when you
Silver fox is when you're all white. Salt and
Mhm.
pepper is like
Yeah.
a little
Okay.
white.
when you got
showing
the little
up.
mix.
Little
Yeah.
white hairs. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Some people are
Yeah.
Beijing in it, and you can never know. I don't know. I know people.
What?
I walk into a guy's
Beijing?
bathroom.
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know it. Beijing
Beige,
is
like
the
color.
dye, and there are guys who are dying.
Wait,
they're
what-
they're
what's
Yeah,
the
guys,
Just
guys
for
dye their
men.
hair.
the
What's it called?
rents. They're dyeing it.
No, but what did you what?
Beijing.
Beijing.
B E I G E N.
Oh, I thought you.
The
Beijing.
place.
Beijing, the city.
I got real
No.
racist for a minute.
No,
Mask off. Episode
No.
100.
no.
We got to appeal to the right like everyone else is. Come on.
Oh
Right.
no.
Gripped. No. Beijing is a product. It's a product that dyes hair.
Beige, like the Beijing it, not
Like the- yes,
Beijing
like
as
color.
in China.
No,
Yeah. No.
It was a random
Davis turned red.
new ethnic
Oh
slur.
my God. Oh, this is a fantastic
Do you have any
episode
birthday
100.
plans?
Sorry?
No, not right. I mean, I'll probably just chill with my family, have a cake, go to dinner or lunch. We'll see. Nothing.
Nice. You gotta
I
do
don't-
something.
I don't want to. Yeah, but for me, like
Even if
treating
it's
myself
small.
is treating myself for me like I'm like a perfect birthday for me is like not going anywhere, just staying home and watching TV and playing games and hang with like my son and my partner. Like I'm good.
There you
I'm good with
go.
that.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got to do what makes you happy.
I
I'm the
enjoy
same
staying
way.
home as well. Yes.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to be around people. I just want to be in my own
Exactly.
thoughts, sulking and seething.
Well, not
One
that
warrior.
part,
39.
I just realized I gotta get the lighting thing in the background going. All of you got lights going on in the nice backgrounds with lighting.
Bisexual lighting.
The
Yeah, I can change
bisexual
my-
lighting's
I can change
going
my
on.
lighting.
I gotta
Mine is just my
get.
apartment and my bed, so I don't know if you're talking about me, but
Yeah, but you have stuff behind you at least. I just got this white wall. I mean, I
Mine makes
can't put
noise.
anything. I could like the wall is right here. Like
If you green
I
screened it,
stream-
you can have anything you wanted behind you.
I do
Or you
have a
could put
green
a light on a
screen.
white
it
wall.
could be in the ocean.
No, I do have
Yeah,
a green
you
screen
can be
behind
on
me.
the beach.
I just don't
Not
use it
David
for
showing
that.
off. Okay, David, we know you got the color changing lights.
Pretty sweet. Whoa.
No, seriously.
Wow.
And how David did it, you can do it if you want to do the same thing, Matt. Like I think you have a light on the ground and you have it like
I gotta do
positioned.
that.
It's
Yeah.
LED
No,
light.
he's got the whole he's got a light stand. Like he's got this big stand up light. I gotta get myself one of those.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Or a
cool.
green screen.
Those are cool.
Or however you feel like.
I have a green screen, but
Yeah.
I just don't.
You can't put it behind you.
Put it. I mean, it is behind me right now. I could lift it up right now.
The
if
issue
I
with the
wanted.
green screen
Oh.
that I find is that it changes your skin color a little bit. Like I never liked how
Yeah.
my skin looked on the green screen. It's a little off.
I
Flush.
use it.
Mhm.
I use it for my regular stream just because otherwise it's just or the whole screen is just me and a white wall. With you guys, I don't use it because there's you got your nice backgrounds and I'm just this little square corner on the side, so it's not that big of a deal.
Mm.
Well, we can get to super chats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do?
I'm having a good time. Let's continue this for a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
It's
He wants
my
It's his
birthday
birthday
wish.
tomorrow.
You get a super chats now.
That's what he wants.
Well,
Yeah,
but-
it's his birthday
no,
tomorrow.
You would be really great actually if we actually make it to 12 midnight so we could celebrate your birthday
Are you
here
crazy?
together on the stream.
I can throw it in the X chat and say happy
I
birthday.
can't wait
Ariana's
to
like,
tune
why
in.
did I join this?
I don't even think David wants to do that.
I
Like,
can't wait
that's
to tune in
crazy.
tomorrow and see you and Mike celebrate my birthday.
I think
Oh,
that
that's
would
not
be
in the
gonna
morning
happen.
when I check it out.
only an hour and 40 minutes more to go. Let's do this.
Yeah, right. Starting with, let me get to, since it's my birthday.
It's your
and
birthday. Go
Only
ahead.
because it's my birthday, I'll start with my super chat. Actually, no, you can go first, Rebecca.
I only got a few, okay? And I hope that they rain on you so you can stay a little bit and you have your coin to spend on yourself and treat yourself tomorrow, even if it's ordering food for yourself. Tunbo Soon, thank you. He was telling me about Mom's I'd like the MILF joint. He said extra detail not included, so he was telling me about that. Sophie, thank you for your super chat. Like the video, please. It helps the channel. It sure
sorry, he was
does.
telling you about
Make sure
the MILFs you wanted to what? I didn't hear the
the
second
the
part.
MILFs. What did it say? It said moms I'd like to rock, but he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He made sure
The
he was
PG.
he was behaving on my in my space. And then there's Sophie. Thank you so much for the $5. Like the video, please. It helps the channel, and it does. Ty Williams supporting my creators. Appreciate you, Becca. Thank you. Toon Bosun again. Triple divorce, middle-aged white guy looks for potential wife candidate using Miss Universe pageant. Sources says best 5 out of 7. I think what we was talking about. What you call it? And then Angela, I appreciate it. I used Ferris Bueller. You're still here, GIF for my last tweet ever, and X has a warning on it and won't show it by default. P.S. Love the opening. Thank you, Angela. See, she saw the opening. And then 10 lawn gnomes. It's not don't pour from an empty cup. It's don't boil an empty pot, because if you burn beyond your capacity, you risk permanent harm to both yourself and those around you. I could see it that way too. After 10 plus years, soon, my mom's family finally got their visas to come to America, and this is why I don't want to come to this country. I hate the country. I'm so sorry. I know it sucks. Rolando, I don't know what to say here, to be honest. I just wanted to show some love. Prayers up for your loved ones in Haiti. She's a millennial, by the way, and she's not. He's talking about you, Ariana. She said she's Generation Z, and that's what I'm gonna call her. And tell her to accept it. I won't, and you don't have to accept it. But thank you so much, Rolando. And
we'll ban anybody who says that in the chat too. If you call her millennial, we'll ban you. So
she even she talks like one. Like she literally, there's things that she said. I'm like, that's crazy because that's only Generation Z, and she's that. And let her have it. Biden turned 82 today. Thank you, Parker. I hope he didn't get a cake. Tigwick, semi-anonymous foreign funding. Tigwick. And that is about it. And also, I think there was Omega Star. Thank you so much for the love offering as well. All right, y'all. It is David's birthday. I hope that y'all bless him, even on tomorrow. Happy birthday, David. Love you. Mean it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks for coming on, Ariana. I can't wait for us
thanks for
have
having
our
me.
real family shows. And
Thank
Matt, you leave her
you.
alone. Bye, y'all. Love you, Mean it.
Bye.
It was just a little listen. It was a little
Period.
light hazing, okay? A little light hazing. First episode with the new 6. You need to welcome Ariana or any new person by a little hazing. You know, what do you want from me?
To be fair, Ole hazed Rebecca when she came on the first episode. Sorry, Dave.
Yes, that's very true. Right.
I was gonna
she's
say,
lucky. She's lucky I didn't stuff her in a locker. All right. So
You could try.
do you have super chats, Ariana, or are they not connected to your?
They don't like YouTube doesn't give me that option, so I'm still a baby
okay.
on YouTube too.
Yeah, so make sure you all subscribe and watch on Ariana's channel so that she can.
Thank you. I'm
connect
beefing
with
up my
you.
YouTube channel, so
Hell yeah.
I'm posting
Get her
videos.
monetized, everyone, and then she can do super chats too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go subscribe right now for David's birthday. Subscribe to Ariana.
Yeah,
That's his
send
birthday
David
present.
money too, though.
And here.
Send David money too, though.
That's just whatever. It's a birthday. Who cares? I'm old now. Birthday is like whatever at this point. I there are times like I think once at least for me, once I hit 30, there were times where I just forgot my age. Like, am I 32 or 33? Like that happened like every year. I would like forget how old I was. Apparently, other people have a similar experience. It's not just me. So,
David, I genuinely have no idea if I'm 37 or 38.
there you
I
go.
have no idea. I have to do the math. I have no clue. Couldn't
At
tell
this
you.
point, it all just blends together. I was gonna say though, you can stay, or you can like feel free to, you don't have to stay if it's too late for you, but
No,
you stay as
chill.
long as you want.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do mine then. All right, George, thank you. Says transfers to Ariana. It's my birthday. I'm sorry.
No, no.
I'm not able
It's
to
your
send her a
birthday. You keep it.
I'm not able to send her a super chat. So welcome to the family gift. There you go.
Thank you.
Tokyo Hans was hoping the name change could have gone with the base, but in Arabic, in solidarity for those suffering in the Middle East. Could get watch listed though.
Wow.
David Roja, where are you? David says Bernie and AOC are working for us on the inside, yet don't interview on independent leftist channels. How do you all continually square that?
They both did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do interviews anyway, so I don't like care. Like, I don't.
No.
That is, but they do interviews. Like,
Yeah, they do it. They went on a big live stream on Twitch with a bunch of live streamers and even a VTuber.
That's right,
And
yeah.
then AOC goes on live stream with Hassan like multiple times. I wouldn't say it's super common, but they do that.
I also don't think our politics should be dictated by like how they're personally maybe benefiting us. I'm not gonna hate Birdie because like he rejected an invite to my show or something like that. That just would be a bizarre way to.
We're not going to
think
be like
politics.
Jimmy Dore and be like, I
yeah,
don't
that's
support
what
him
Jimmy
because he
Dore
didn't
did.
come on my
Like,
show.
Jimmy Dore
Yeah.
just like people basically who came on his show. So ridiculous.
Yeah, I will say I think that it is. Brian Tyler Cohen makes a really good point about being able to compete with the right wing media. Like Democratic politicians do need to try to boost up independent media, and like to add to his point, like you got to understand, like you got to come on all these shows. We're gonna criticize you and ask you tough questions, but just deal with it, relish in it, and combat what we say. And I think that it'll make you better orators and better politicians because of it.
Yeah.
I forgot. See, Jimmy Dore is so
unimportant.
Unimportant right now.
Yeah, he's
that-
irrelevant now completely.
No, he's irrelevant. I haven't
Just
no
forgot
one
he
talked about him.
existed. Yeah.
But he's so irrelevant that I totally
Yeah.
forgot that was like a major thing for him. That like he would just pick fights with literally people over to like whether they responded to his interview request like
He was
3
doing it to
years
Jill
ago or
Stein
something.
this time.
So petty.
Really? He was? Really?
One of his supporters confronted Jill Stein and was like, "Why won't you go on the Jimmy Dore show?" I saw it on the Vanguard. I'm like, "Bro, oh my god, his whole politics is about who goes on his show." It's genuinely hilarious. Maybe he is a comedian.
But also,
That's wild.
but also, I mean, he lost Jill Stein. I mean, she wouldn't go on his show.
Isn't he just Trump? I don't even know what I haven't seen a
I
Jimmy
think he's
Dore
just
anything
MAGA at
for
this
like
point,
probably 2
yeah.
years. I don't even know.
I have no idea what he's one of those guys who talks about the establishment, but never really nails down what the establishment means because he started siding with people who were very establishment.
Yeah, he has no actual principle. Anyways, too much on Jimmy Dore.
Like, I
Lord
think he
knows.
was. Well, he wasn't. He was
It's
probably
David's
a big fan
birthday.
of,
Why are we talking about Jimmy Dore?
Jimmy, this is the opposite of what about my birthday. Discussion about Jimmy Dore.
He has to be a big fan. He has to be a big fan of RFK Jr. Right? I mean, yeah, those Kennedys, real anti-establishment.
Law Gnomes, thank you for your very generous super chat. Says, should the Dems narrow their focus around a more definable platform, even if it means winning less seats? I feel like Mansion and Cinema types only show that a big tent leads to rotating villains. The thing is, I don't think it would lead to less seats. The issue is always the money, right? Like I feel like an actual populist Democrat would do well in West Virginia, but the funding isn't there. Actually maybe not now, but back maybe 4 years ago, I think West Virginia's kind of gone now. But I don't think it would lead to less seats. The issue is just is fundraising. Like that's kind of the problem. And like when it comes to primaries, and during a primary process, that's when the good candidates tend to lose because they have less money. Independent news says, see Kyle on Piers Morgan. He needs to debate more. Yeah, I did a video on his appearance on Piers Morgan's show. It's Kyle's really good at. He doesn't do a lot of appearances. I think he's kind of like me, where it's too much. It's too much mentally to have to like. I don't know. It's too much work. It's too much like mental effort. It's always effort for me to have to like talk to people generally, let alone like be on like someone else's like major show. But he's really good at it, and he did a really good job. And Piers Morgan's such a clown too.
Yeah.
Emma just went on.
I heard. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I gotta watch that.
I saw a clip. She really owns him.
The thing is, like,
amazing.
Piers Morgan, I think, has a kink for getting owned. Like he's terrible. I covered like 2 different clips of Kyle's appearance, and in the first clip, it's like a minute long. Piers Morgan contradicts himself twice in that clip. Like he complains about the Democrats calling Trump, fascist, and then he goes on to say, isn't woke culture like the new fascism? And he's criticizing like Democratic Party for being woke and how that's fascist. It's just he's all over the place. He has no coherent arguments. He always tries to defend the right in a way that he tries to make it sound like intellectual or like he's really thinking hard about this, but he's also full of shit. He's just a massive blowhard. I really can't stand him. Like I think he has no ideology. His ideology is to the dollar, is to money. That's why he just sits there while people fight. Like he does so little work. The producers, whoever the fuck runs the show, they do all the work because they book the guests. He sits back, asks questions, gets his ass kicked when he is, part of the debate, and just doesn't he sits there and makes money. Like I hate him, but I feel like I should watch him and cover him less. But he gets it's a good platform for people getting their message across in maybe to a different audience, because I can't imagine his audience, at least the majority of them, are that far on the left.
Yeah.
That's not the right one, but that's the right person. There we go. I never know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but Kaya Damon, is that what it is? Thank you for the generous $5 super chat. Says congrats on 100, David. Picking up Metaphor Refantasio post-election felt like the right decision to start. And I was playing, so in that game it's an RPG, and you are essentially trying to win an election, kind of. So you're going around like the country and like meeting people, and it was weird playing that while the election was going on, because you're like going up against this really evil individual who is sort of a Trump-like figure, and even not completely in resemblance, but a little bit. And it was just a bizarre thing to play through. But it's a fantastic game. I'm glad you are enjoying it. It is one of the great games of the year, I think. A few more here. Lawn Gnomes again says, amazing how I hope you get what you voted for scares Trump voters. They'll always claim the victim card but never think anything will happen to them. JD Bovey, thank you for your super chat. Says, great job, Leftist on 100. Thanks for mentioning the movie Idiocracy. I've heard it at least a dozen times in the last week.
For good reason.
I also have not seen that.
Oh, it's scary. It's just America 2024.
Trying to find the next one, but here it is.
To be fair, the president is a wrestler in that. Not the president is friends with the wrestler. So things are not quite there yet. Once a WWE wrestler becomes president, then you'll be fully there.
Oh my god! Is that part of that? Because before
Trump lost, definitely watch it.
Before Trump lost, I speculated if Trump loses, it's going to be Hulk Hogan next time, because that's like the trajectory of the party. And I hadn't seen that movie.
He will win.
He would.
He'd win.
Hulk Hogan.
Lado says triggering Binder by reminding him that phones are more Pop-Tart than banana now. What does that mean? Phones
I have no idea.
Pop-Tart than banana
Just
now.
in terms of the shape,
Leftist
like,
ID poll.
we used to hold phones like this. That's how you'd make the phone motion, but now it's more like
I just never thought of it as
right?
Okay. I just never heard it described that way.
That makes me want a Pop-Tart.
Sergio, thank you for your super chat. Says, Jank and Anna were talking about how it would be great for Trump to own the libs by being the next FDR, as if he'd do that. The smug Turks are a joke. I'm just amazed that, like, if their strategy is they think the right is watching them and listening to them, that they think that's happening is wild to me. Like the way he responded to Elon Musk, getting at him or replying to him. The idea that Elon Musk is actually going to take anything Cenk says into account is just why are we even pretending? Why are you even pretending that they're listening to you or would listen to you? Or that like what, you're trying to goat like Trump's watching your show, trying to goat him into being the next FDR. Why are we having these stupid conversations of things that are not going to happen? Like it's just it's so
funny.
It's such a weird headspace to be in, to think that like
It's just a
you're
notice
that
me senpai.
influential on the right. It's weird.
I mean, Anna's
Would
pretty
they be
much
so
a
pissed?
centrist now.
Yeah.
It's
that's
bizarre.
insane. I did not see that, but if they're trying to like go Trump into being FDR, that's genuinely hilarious.
It's just a bizarre turn. It's getting late.
We'd be so mad if you gave us Medicare for all.
No, we would be so angry. Don't you dare become FDR. Like trying to like use reverse psychology next. Like, don't you dare, Trump. We'll be so angry about that. It's just stupid.
Bro.
JD Moby says, happy birthday, David. Thank you so much. Carl Shaw says, happy birthday. Thank you. Fuggy, great name, says, happy B-Day, Dave. My sister and I found you separately online and are both fans of your work. Happy to be a patron. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for that. Means you have double the support. That's awesome. There's more than I realized. Otaku Dragon says, happy birthday. Also, did you see that several European countries such as Italy and Finland have advertised to Americans fleeing Trump to move to them? I have not heard of that.
Sorry, Italy. Get rid of the fascists and then we'll talk.
I mean, that's pretty good deal. Move to Finland? Like, that's a pretty...
Finland,
Italy
that's
too.
a different story.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe New Zealand, Spain, Portugal, Costa Rica. Call me. Advertise to me.
Seth Wade, happy birthday, David. Thanks for staying the course and having integrity. I appreciate your content. What Letterkenny crew would you run with? Just because I'm Canadian doesn't mean I watch Letterkenny. So I cannot tell you, though I do know what that show is. I just have not watched it. I hear it's good, but I don't know. Tracy, thank you for your generous 19.99 pounds. Hope you have a really lovely birthday with your family tomorrow. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Tamika Johnson, thank you for your super chats. It's happy birthday, using your wish to keep the U.S. from the brink of collapse through the dump administration. I appreciate that. Oh my God, there's a lot of happy birthdays here. I'm trying to run through these guys. Notoriously Bratty, thank you. Says, checked out Steve Boots yet? Or am I paying you to not at this point by asking you? Yes, you're paying me to check. Remind me again next week and the week after and the week after. I just don't. The reality is I try really not to take in too much political commentary content, unless it's something I don't, a topic I have no idea what it's about. But like I read a lot. I'll read a lot of articles, but I don't know, just to kind of stay in my lane. I don't absorb too much else. Tunbosin, thank you. Says, happy birthday, Mr. David Dole. 39, no grays, no salt and pepper, but still looking spicy. And there's some grays there. You just can't see them on camera, but I appreciate that. Notoriously says, if I can find you, says, by the way, I'm just kidding. I have your kids too. Did I miss something?
I have your kids too.
I'm reading the previous one from the, I don't know, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Just know when it gets this late, if you disjoint your super chats and you're referencing a previous chat, I'm just not going to get it because my brain's not going to connect the things. Doc says, happy birthday. Thank you. Notoriously says, young. Thank you. And that's it. There we go. Good night, everybody. I feel like I've been slurring my words for the past 10 minutes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll have a great birthday. Thank you all so much.
Have a good one.
See you all. Wait, is there one? Are we doing a show next week? What's happening next week?
We're doing it Wednesday,
definitely
right?
are.
We're doing it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
On Wednesday instead.
Wait, are we
Then
doing
we're-
Wednesdays now?
No, just
No,
yes,
it's
It's
because
Thanksgiving next
it's
week.
Thanksgiving next Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Night.
That's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
David, I only sorry, David's gone. Mike, I only have a couple. Could I read them quick? Because I have to leave at 8, if that's all right.
Yeah, feel free.
leave it 8. It's 10:30, my friend. You're about 2.5 hours. No, I'm joking. I know you have. You're Mr.
I
West
was going to
Coast.
say
over there. Go
EST
ahead.
is not real.
Is Quick Primes, a cute backpack. Thank you so much. Mash Shanners, thank you so much. Weird Collar Guy, thank you so much for the primes. T-minus 2011, thanks for the gifted subs. Fabuli, thank you for the gifted sub. And then finally, thank you Razorblade for the $5. In light of the Maori protests, go check out the band Alien Weaponry, especially the song Kai Tagata, Tangata, and I totally recommend that band. If you like heavy metal and you like really powerful music, I would really recommend Alien Weaponry if you haven't already heard them. They're a Maori band from New Zealand. Really badass if you're into that kind of shit.
Okay.
Here, Odinson, my wife and I both have the Motorola Razr 2024 phones. Badass. Evil Pickles You. That's how they live so long. Also very true. From Arch Aturo with the MX50. How probable and useful would it be for the trans community to create social survival programs like the Black Panthers did back in the day? I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on our platforms, but I completely think that it's really, really good to get organized with any kind of LGBTQ plus organization, especially a local one, and in any way, shape, or form. If it's involving self-defense, yes, absolutely. Please protect yourselves and protect yourselves from baddies who want to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. Looney Tunes 9000, thank you for the 199. Here's the first dono for Ariana. Send them to Ariana, everybody. I don't know, Ariana, if you have other ways people can send you money. If you have, I don't know, did you Cash App like Rebecca or something else where they can donate to you?
I have a PayPal link.
Oh,
Would
there we
that
go.
work?
Yeah, let me.
I mean, if you don't mind
so we have a
sharing,
little banner.
Well, like, no
I'll
worries.
create a banner.
If not,
And then they could
it's
send little
totally
messages.
fine.
And then finally, Arenza with the 500 yen. Thank you so much. Join late and catching up. But here is for Matt's PC. Oh, see, I appreciate you donating to me for Matt's PC. That's great. And also welcome, Ariana. Very great to have you.
Thank you.
Ariana,
you
what's
so
your
much.
PayPal link? Can you read it and I'll just type it out?
I just sent you the Streamlabs in the chat.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
But no worries. Like, it's totally okay. It's fine.
Take it away, Mike. Matt, you guys.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm making a scroll banner. And then if you want her to take your questions.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. So Matt, I'm gonna go through mine first like I did last week, and then we'll go through you and Ariana next. I do have to bounce at 9. So I'll just make sure I get all mine out of the way really quick if that's cool with you both.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so from Asa, $2. Did you see the new Coca-Cola AI ad? Yeah, it looks terrible. I hate AI. It looks so bad. John Lithium, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Lizzie Bennett, thank you for the 5. Cenk Uygur, founder and CEO of TYT, the home of progressives, get cucked by the richest man in the world who bolsters right-wing TPs. It's a sad sight. It is really sad. It's very, very sad. Fritza, thank you for becoming a member for a month. Let's see. The next one here is Rick. Rick Robin, thank you for the 50p with the slash. Will the Onion be target of Trump's wrath? I don't necessarily think so. I think he's got an axe to grind with specific mainstream media personalities. In the way that he did, like with Jim Acosta, how they revoked his press credentials. I think that those folks who are very visible, those are the ones he's going to go after. I think he's very boomer-brained in that sense. So if like a Fox News host said something mean, I think it's going to hold that grudge. So I don't necessarily worry about the Onion because I don't think he knows it exists. Maybe that's just me like coping because I'm hoping that he doesn't know we exist because we've been talking a lot of shit. I got like 5,000 videos. We'll see. I'm not changing shit though, and nobody should. John Lithium, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate that. The next one here is from Jerome in Seattle. Thank you for the 5. As a gay man, I have to say, she's prettier than all of you. Welcome, Ariana.
Oh,
thank you very much for
thank
welcoming
you.
her.
I
Fuck
appreciate
you,
it.
Jerome. We're pretty too. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hideous Lemon, thank you so much for the member chat. Happy 100 to you guys. Feels weird that it's already been almost 2 years. Keep up the great work. That is extremely weird. Yeah, it's 2 years is a long time. 100 episodes is quite a bit, but you know, here's to 100 more. Karsham with $4.99. One of the few things more common than mass shooting deaths in America. this year are anti-trans bills: 600 shooting deaths versus 665 bills. Jesus Christ. Absolute insanity. Ty Williams, Cosmic Nomad, thank you for the 2. It's like America is gaslighting us and I am tired. Yeah, we are being gaslit. I'm with you. Chris Corcoran, thank you for the $5. I encourage you to watch the Smiling Friends episode, Mr. President. It perfectly encapsulates our perfect political reality. Squiggly Miggly 2028. Smiling Friends episode. Okay, I'll check that out. I have not. That sounds familiar, but it's not coming to my mind. But I'll have to check it out if it's gonna kind of mirror our current reality. That seems like it'd be cathartic.
It's a hyper silly show. If you're into really kind of like, I don't know if it's everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of like recommending certain kinds of cartoons where I'm like, if you like it, you'll like it. If you don't, you'll be like Tim and Eric. It's one of those shows where it's like, I don't know if I would recommend it to someone, but if you like it, you'll like it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm curious. I'll let you all know if I check it out. I'll try to remember.
Excuse me.
Thank you so much for the 5. Bless you. God bless you. Daily reminder that Bernie would have won. Yes, he would have. Absolutely. Comrade Girl 2018, thank you for the $10. Appreciate that. I feel like the Democratic Party is abandoning the LGBTQIA 2S plus community, and I'm struggling a bit on what to do as a queer person. As Lance was saying, link up with queer people in your community. I know it's hard to talk to people because we're all kind of in our bubbles, but really know that there are trans people in your community and try to find them and reach out to them. It's hard to do that because where do you start? But just meeting people, trying to put yourself out there a little bit more, I think that's going to be important. In terms of the Democratic Party, I kind of get the same feeling that you get. I think that they've given up. They don't know what to do with us, especially trans people, and they don't know how to counter argument. And the same is true for immigration. They just kind of let Republicans say, oh, open borders. And now everybody just thinks we have open borders. So they just have given up. They're not really trying to provide a counter argument. And that in and of itself is extremely detrimental. So it does feel that way. And if you look at polls, the overwhelming majority of queer people think that Democrats aren't doing enough. So they risk losing another demographic. Queer people are not going to vote for Republicans, but they're just going to stay home if this really is the trajectory. And that scares me because it's not like a massive part of the population. But when you account for younger people and how many identify as queer, it's large. So they can't afford to lose another demographic. But if they don't actually fight and they keep rolling over, they will. Next one here. This was from Rolando. Let me see. That is... Where's Rolando? There he is. Thank you for the 5, Rolando. Mike, what are your thoughts on the controversy of Shadow of Erdtree being nominated for Game of the Year? Should a separate category be made for DLC expansions? I haven't really heard much about the controversy. In terms of Shadow of the Erdtree, to me, I feel like I'm fine with that being nominated because it's basically its own game. I get that it's DLC, but it's 40, 50 hours, and it's one of my games of the year for sure. I think Astrobot is probably my main game of the year, but if that didn't come out, Shadow of the Erdtree would probably be my game of the year. So I'm fine with it. You could say, maybe they can also add a category for DLC, but it depends. If it's a 15-minute, 20-minute little quick DLC thing, sure. But I mean, that is a massive expansion. So I feel like it could stand on its own if they chose to release it as its own thing. So I don't know. I'm fine with it. I would say. Let's see. The next one is going to be Justin. Justin Fan. There we go. Thank you for the $5. Welcome to the team, Ariana. Mike, thanks for the touching stories of hot chocolate in the gaming setup. Can you say something about old people now? No. Okay, next person is 0PE. No, I'm just kidding. I know old people. I have old friends. And yeah, they're just like the rest of us. I love old people. I'm just kidding. I hate that this meme has snowballed so much to where people genuinely think that I'm ageist. And to be clear, just so you all know, any retail job I've been at, my main friends were always old ladies. Like when I worked at Walmart, I was really good friends with the old lady in the fabric department.
Oh no, you
And she
did
would
that. I have friends that are old.
No,
The
yeah,
meme.
it's true. I'm doing the meme. I'm doing the meme. But no, for reals. She's not watching this because she doesn't know how to use a computer. But she was really sweet. But yeah, I have old friends. I'm not ageist. A little bit, but like I have old friends though. No, I hate old people. I'm just kidding. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Zero PE 499. Thank you so much, Zero. We're not outnumbered, we're out organized. Yeah, that's true. Malcolm X, all we got is us, and we gotta utilize the energy of people looking for where to go. Join orgs. Yeah, I think that's a great start, honestly. Sakti, $2. Thank you so much. Watching me, watching you, sweet line. Thank you, Sakti. Next here is Sean. Sean, thank you for the member chat. Elon Musk has billions of dollars, but still sucks at Elden Ring. His build is about as good as his Teslas. Oh my god, that shit is so funny. I want to explain it to people because it's like unless you play the game, you don't get it. But like, he put more than 100 hours into the game, and very clearly doesn't know how to play the game. He had like 3 shields, which you only need 1, if any at all. Yeah, like so many summons. Is wild to me. So yeah, he's not good at it, to put it mildly. Let's see. If I PvP'd him, I would fuck him up. Okay, Jason P, thank you for the $20. Very generous. Appreciate that. The new intro is fucking banger. I love it. Well, hey, I'm happy to hear that. Thank you to Lance. Also, I did the visuals, he did the audio, so it was a team effort. Cosmere Dragon, thank you for the 10. Kyle has been on Piers Morgan and Vosh lately, but not Leftist Mafia. Why the Kalinsky hate? I'll reach out to him again. So Thursdays didn't work for him when I reached out to him last time, but I'll see if he wants to come on.
I think that's a relationship in the other direction. I think it's one of those things like if someone was like, "Hey, why do you guys not have Hassan on your show?" It wouldn't be because I don't enjoy Hassan. It's because I think he's bigger than we are and hard to get a hold of. Not that we wouldn't be happy to have him on.
Hassan's been begging to come on the show.
Yeah, I know. He keeps begging. We have to turn him down.
Like,
awkward, but you know how it is. You know,
I don't know.
Not this week, Hassan. Okay,
we're kind of busy.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, we got
Thank
a
you,
lot
Kenzie.
of people coming on. He actually, we were talking with him about being the 6th member, but he didn't. We just couldn't.
It wasn't a good
have
fit.
him on. Yeah,
it wasn't a good.
We were just like, I don't think you'll do enough for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
there's another
right. Yeah.
It's a little bit too one-sided. Everything we'll do for you.
Yeah. We told him to keep at it for a little bit, and maybe we'll consider it.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. Blue X, thank you for the 2. Today is TDOR, and we get the Bathroom Wars V2. I know, of all days to do this shit, the Trans Day of Remembrance. I can't. And somebody, I don't remember who, I think it was a Democrat, they posted about the Trans Day of Visibility on the Trans Day of Remembrance. It was like, oh my God, can you even just try?
Are you serious?
It's just,
jeez.
Yeah, I don't remember who did it. It was like a sitting Democrat, and I'm just, man, it's so tiring. It's so tiring. Let's see. The next one here is going to be Brady. Scrolling down. There we are. Brady, thank you for the 5. Hey, all. Do you all think that trans adults that are on hormones will be affected legislatively? And what could be done if that happens? So what I've been seeing a lot of trans people do is they're saying to stockpile hormones if you can. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know how long they're good for. I don't know the storage situation, but I think that you should look into that. And honestly, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. I think that if you're in a blue state, you're probably going to be shielded at least a little bit longer. Much, much, much better off. If you're in a red state, I don't know. Honestly, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. I mean, in states like Florida, they're trying to ban they did ban trans adults. And and they made it very difficult to get gender affirming care. So I genuinely don't know. What I will tell you is talk to other trans people, ask them what their plans are. One thing I'll say definitely do before Trump takes office is get your gender markers changed, update your ID, your passport, get all of that done. Because you might not be able to do that. We don't know. But that's going to be one of the first and easiest things that he's going to come after. So get that taken care of like tomorrow. Like do it tomorrow. But make a plan and certainly meet up with other trans people. Talk to them about what they're doing. Because it's I don't know what the plan should be. And that's kind of what I'm talking with my own family who are trans. They don't really know, but I think that there's been some ideas that's been floated, and at a minimum, trying to see if you could stockpile some hormones. That's a good place to start, honestly, just to make sure that you have some backup, right? If you can do that. I know it's not cheap, but yeah, I wish I had a better answer, Brady. Unfortunately, it's tough because we're kind of working with like ifs and whens, so it's tricky. Just don't navigate this alone. There are other trans people that are feeling the same way, and I think that there are people that whenever I see like a plan, I try to share that shit because it's really important that you're not caught off guard. Pancake, thank you so much for the $10. I really want to thank you, Mike, for shouting out Zed Tabani's video and channel a few weeks ago. It did really help cool my anxiety for the time being, and more people really need to give it a watch. Yeah, I'll recommend that again. Zed put out a video. It's like 25 minutes long about Project 2025 and what Trump can feasibly do as president. And it was really, really good. It helped to kind of put things into perspective for me. And he released this like days after the election. It was so good. It was like food for the soul. And it was very realistic. Like he wasn't trying to be overly optimistic and say, oh, everything's going to be okay. He's like, no, things are going to be shitty, but here's the realistic thing. Like this is what he can do and how far he can take it. And he did days worth of research. So everybody go watch that video because it's so well done. Shout out to Zed. John C, thank you for the 5. I've been to Dem fundraisers. They don't get working folks. Yeah. After I got laid off in 2023, this older lady said, there are plenty of jobs out there. Yeah, they don't get it. They just don't get it. Otaku Dragon, thank you for the $2. Did you watch the anime Furin? I've not seen that. No, I haven't heard of that actually. I need to get caught up on One Piece first. Still trucking through it. Let's see here. Next person is Christopher Walters. Thank you for the $9.99. Appreciate that. Just heard Mike Johnson is banning trans women from Capitol women's bathrooms. Sigh. Anyways, love your book. Well, hey, I'm so happy to hear that you love the book. That makes me feel so good. Yeah, I saw that. That whole situation. I don't even know how to respond to that situation. As I was saying earlier, usually I have like a lot to say about that, but I just feel like, what do you even say anymore? It's just a fucking circus. It's so depressing to see. And I'll be honest, I was a little bit disappointed by Sarah McBride's response, where she's just like, yeah, I'll comply with, Mike Johnson's request. It's like, fuck that. Fuck that. Use the bathroom of your gender. You're a woman. Use the bathroom of so I just the whole situation is so depressing. So I was gonna talk about that tomorrow, but then I'm just like, honestly, I don't have the mental bandwidth. I'm gonna talk about something stupid. So I'm talking about some MAGA kid that thinks it's gay to be with women, literally. So that's like my junk food for tomorrow, because I just can't take the fucking reality of what's going on. Honestly, it's so bleak.
How'd you find my alt MAGA account? No, I mean, what? What can you? I want to hear more about this. What's going on?
Video coming out tomorrow, but I'll give you a little bit of a sneak preview. So if you enjoy sex with women, and you don't use and you use contraception,
good thing I
don't. So you're gay if you enjoy sex with women and you use contraception. It's supposed to be exclusively about procreation, not pleasure. So if you enjoy the pleasure, that is homosexuality. So the more you know.
Sounds legit.
The rules are
that's literally the thumbnail, Ariana. It sounds legit, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly.
Friends,
Okay,
I gotta
thank you for the
take off.
5.
I got a dinner. I'm meeting a friend for, but I love all of you. Welcome to the show, Ariana. So happy you're here. Don't let Binder get you down. And
No.
What are you what?
Thank you for having me.
and with that, I take.
Take care, Lance.
Whoa, too close.
Too close. Okay. Okay, with 5. Thank you. Maybe by Trump being the next FDR, they mean he's going to serve more than 2 terms. That I would believe. Oh, yeah. Cocoa Puff, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. Keep up the great work. Who do you think should run for president, assuming we will still have a democracy like Jon Stewart from The Daily Show? He's a progressive. Oh, man, I haven't even thought about that at all. I'm fine with Jon Stewart. I'm not holding my breath. I'm sure it'll be Pete Buttigieg or Gavin Newsom or John Fetterman. It's going to be some demon. So I'm not. I don't know.
I don't know how people
just trying
are
to
even
survive
looking at that. Yeah, like,
yeah, I can't even think that far ahead right now, honestly. At least in 2016, it's like, okay, well, Bernie's opening the door. There's something to look forward to. But like this time, it's like the bench is not great. There was a poll from Echelon. I'm not sure how good they are, but it showed Kamala leading by a lot out of potential Democrats. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Just keep trying. It worked for Trump, right? Okay.
I mean,
So I've got
for
one-
Biden, third time was the charm for Biden.
That's true. Honestly, I don't know, and I'm tired of trying to understand what this country is going to do. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. It's probably going to be the weirdest, stupidest thing or unexpected thing. It's just going to be incomprehensible, whatever it is. John C., thank you for the $20. My goodness, very generous. On unemployment, you cannot get Medicaid. I don't know why this has not been addressed by Democrats. Insurance is very expensive. Feels like center left wants to pay out the ass. Yeah, that's the thing. They need to address it, but part of the problem is they don't want to do away with the Obamacare framework because that's Obama's legacy. But it's shit. I'm sorry, it's garbage. It was Heritage Foundation right-wing policy, and at a minimum, we should have a public option. But I mean, we've gotten so far away from Medicare for all, where Biden was running on a public option, never mentioned it, and then Kamala was running on expanding Medicaid or Medicare. And that's great. Those expansions matter. But, I mean, just give us Medicare for all. We need Medicare for all. We don't need private insurance. And I wish that people would not be afraid to say that we should abolish private insurance. Like, Republicans will use that as a gotcha. Oh, well, Bernie Sanders' Medicare for all bill abolished private insurance. Good! Do you not deal with these fuckers? They're leeches. Like, who wants to deal with private insurance? We don't need private insurance. You create a robust healthcare system that's so good that there's no need for them. You don't need them. They're a middleman. Like, why are you're going to leave some things out so that way they have something to cover and charge people? No, get rid of them. Abolish all of them and jail the CEOs extrajudicially. Get a little authoritarian with it at this point. I don't give a fuck. They're killing people. Fuck them. Chris Corcoran, thank you for the $5. Between Rachel Zegler having to apologize for Trump comments, oh, I wish she didn't apologize, and with the Sebastian Stan Apprentice interview gone wrong, that I don't know who that is. Is Hollywood caving to Trump? Yeah, I think they are. Hollywood, they are a bunch of cucks. They're liberals, and liberals traditionally aren't very, they're not very courageous, we'll say. I think that's been demonstrated this week. I mean, look at Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough, like, groveling before Donald Trump so he doesn't throw them in jail. I mean, it's fucking hilarious. And there was a report that they did meet with him because they were worried about retribution. Like, what are you worried about retribution for? You're multimillionaires. If he like wanted to drone strike you or something, you could literally just leave the country. You can pay for private security. Why are you so afraid of this clown? It's just it's ridiculous to me.
I don't believe it. I don't think they're telling. That's not the. Yeah. It's access. They want access.
That too, for sure. Okay, I've got, let's see here. New member, thank you so much. Iki Tagawa 357, appreciate that. And then I have another one that's not showing up. Oh, no, it is. It's just out of order. Tanya Oberkaiser, thank you for the $10. My friends and myself have been stockpiling the morning after smart plan for our teenage daughters just in case in Indiana. Yikes. That's a really good idea too. And also delete any period tracking apps, especially if you're in a red state, that can be used against you. Just be overly cautious. Don't live like in a state of paranoia constantly and become a fucking doomsday prepper, but just like do reasonable things to protect yourself. Try to use more encrypted apps. Stockpile morning after pill. That is brilliant. If you have a daughter, or if you're a young woman, or if you could get pregnant, have that on supply because, yeah, access might be more difficult. Okay, that's
And
all I
don't
have.
ever talk about stuff on Instagram or any social media app because they will rat you out. Sorry.
Yep, 1,000%. They
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, it's already been happened.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been done actually. Yeah. So Ariana, did you have any that you wanted to read?
I just
Anybody
had
send you?
one $20 one, no, and then another $14 one from Tigwick and Dark Cobra. So thank you so much. I can
Nice.
buy myself like 3 Chipotle burrito bowls. So thank you. It still
Hell
means a
yeah.
lot. I appreciate it.
Once we get super chats all hooked up for you, then be way easier.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, go ahead and read, and I'll just try to follow along.
All right, cool. Radio Friendly Box with a super chat. We are the 7th member. Yeah. I mean, you guys are. The audience is the 7th member. I mean, you were the 6th member, but then Ariana came along and bumped you guys down to 7th. The anti-corporatist became a member on YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Mike money. Thank you. I don't need Mike money. I need Mac money. Soy Breadword with a $10 super chat. $10 closer to paying your Mac off. Thank you so much, Soy Breadword. Really appreciate that. For anyone who missed out, the reason there's been no technical difficulties on my end of this episode is because I just upgraded to the new Mac Mini M4, and it's going a lot better than it ever went before in terms of how smooth everything is running. So a big upgrade here, a big downgrade to my wallet. And Angelin de Bagashagi with a super chat. Sarah McBride has caved and said she won't fight the rule change. Yeah, we've been talking about that. Mike said it best. Parker with a super chat. Help Ariana get monetized. Check out her channel. Yes, folks, definitely do. Ariana, what's your YouTube? Let's name drop it again. What's your YouTube channel username?
It's just Ariana Jasmine. I'll send you a link right now. I'm monetized on YouTube for some reason. It just doesn't give me that super tab option. So
that's weird.
Oh, really?
I don't know what's going on, but the tab
I
for
would
super
say
doesn't show up for me.
talk to the YouTube people. You can like chat with one of the customer service reps. They might be able to just turn it on for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But definitely subscribe because I'm still like beefing up my YouTube channel. I have YouTube dreams, so go subscribe.
She's got big plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those. I've had those same big plans for TikTok and Instagram, and I've never do them. I know all about.
If you need help, let me know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I like to think I know some things about Instagram.
Oh, I would say you do. Absolutely. I'm not gonna no doubt about that.
I figure out every app at YouTube, so y'all got that covered. I cannot figure
No,
out
I
YouTube.
don't have. They have that covered. I'm the ones I'm big on.
I'm
are the
still
ones
learning
where
myself.
it's just text, no video. I mean, you can upload video, but that's not what they're. Twitter, Blue Sky, yeah. Let's go back to the. Oh, and you reminded me also. I have that second channel. Please follow that one so I can get that one monetized, so I can stream Fortnite on there. I'm dropping it in the super chat again. Just subscribe to it. Just subscribe to it.
What is the name of it again?
There's no name for it. It's just I dropped the link in the. I should have said that's Matt's second channel, but here I'm dropping it. It's just literally called Matt Binder's second channel. I'm gonna give it a name. I just haven't
Wow.
spent the time
You're
on
so
it.
creative.
When you search,
I know.
When you search Matt's second channel, there's like a different channel with 700 subscribers and like a jet.
That's not me. I wish.
Okay.
I just want a channel where I can stream all their bullshit. Because I would just do it on. I think it's lame to start a second channel when your main channel isn't that big. But everyone has told me if you mix content on a channel, it actually hurts your channel. Like people go to a YouTube channel just to get a specific type of content. And if it's a politics channel and you're uploading like video game shit on it, it's going to hurt your channel.
Yeah, you got to have a real like tight format, otherwise they don't like it. The algorithms don't like it, really.
It's weird because like I don't have like a second Twitter account or a second Threads account or a second Blue Sky account to talk about different topics. You just talk all about whatever you want on your main account, you know?
You can't really do it on TikTok and Instagram though, because if you kind of niche out, then people won't really engage.
Yeah.
So you can't. So are you saying that people like an array of content on there, or
No,
the
you
same
have
thing as
to be niched. So for example,
do
I do like political content. If I were to post like a reel of me hiking or something, it does terrible. It flops. It has to be like relative to your niche for sure.
You gotta just gotta be that one person.
Yeah.
You gotta be a one-dimensional.
Gotta stay in that lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh, I don't like that. But you do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the super chat. Tunbosin with the super chat. Congratulations, Ariana. Here's your inaugural donation to the Leftist Mafia. I appreciate sending me that inaugural donation. I will be keeping it. Ginger Eds. I think that's what Ginger Eds, I think that's what it is. Ginger Eds. With a super chat. Please talk about tomorrow's House vote to eliminate nonprofits. We all need to call our reps. See the ACLU website. All podcasters should be screaming. Yes, they're doing this vote again, I heard. It is. Let me see where the ACLU has. It is unbelievable that there are Democrats who are voting for this.
Democrats who call Trump a fascist, by the way, trying to give him this power.
It basically gives the next president power to basically call any nonprofit group a terrorist organization and then ban them from their tax-exempt status.
It'd be a death sentence.
Eventually killing the nonprofit. Yeah.
It's fucking country, I swear to God. It's such a shit country.
Yeah. Kuya Damon with a super chat. Happy 100, Matt. Leftist Mafia crew and Ariana. Whoa. You don't gotta put Ariana separately. She's part of the Leftist Mafia crew. I went from listening to Pod Save to Pac-Man and now to all you guys. Crazy journey, but glad to have found you all. Wow. I'm impressed. That is a journey.
Very cool.
Tunbosin with a super chat. Mastodon, anyone? Nope. I mean, I'm on there. It never really took off. It never really took off because it has a bad user interface. But
I looked at it and I'm like, nope.
Techie people and developers like it. I'm on there, but it's not, it is what it is. Tunbosin with another super chat. Orange spray tan president cries he's being oppressed by BIPOC. Sources state lack of melanin to the cause of tears. And Tunbosin also says, Mike. Tunbosin's got a lot of super. Tunbosin's been dropping super chats all over the place today.
There we go.
Tunbosin also says, Mike, look up Chunibyo syndrome. Love though. I don't know what that is.
I'll do it right now.
Maybe,
oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
do
God.
it. Just
What is it?
early teens who have grandiose delusions and a strong desire to stand out. I don't know if that's the right one. There's a couple of different. There's an anime.
Oh boy. All right. A85 Ramos with a super chat. Motherfuckers, I'm 30 minutes into the beginning of the episode and you still haven't properly introduced our new host. I want to know who Ariana
Who was that?
is.
I'm sorry.
A85 Ramos.
A85. Okay.
You
and
know,
by
I
the way,
didn't
it's an
realize-
anime. It's an anime. It's not a syndrome. I read it's it's called Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. Okay. Okay, I'll check that out. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that.
I didn't even realize we didn't do this. We didn't let Ariana introduce herself. She's been on the show before as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
So I
we already had
assumed people
rapport
knew
and
her.
felt like we knew her. Yeah.
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 I assumed that everyone watching tonight has watched all 100 episodes of the Leftist Mafia in full.
It's okay. It happens.
Also, she's been on. We've definitely talked. She's been on more than once. I feel like at least twice before today.
Yeah. Lance did ask me to come on during the DNC when I was with the Uncommitted, but I unfortunately saw the message too late because it was such a shit show. So it could have been 3 times, but I saw the message way too late.
Right. And this is not a super chat, but Retoriku on Twitch says, should I have not started with this episode? LOL. Oh no, listen, you can't miss a single episode. You have to go back to episode 1 and
Watch them all.
Otherwise, you don't
in chronological order.
You don't get the story. You don't know what's going on. You don't get the canon of.
We all have gone through different character arcs. You have to see why they think that I hate old people.
Right.
There's all these different things that you miss. The inside jokes.
You've missed at least 2 completely different hosts who are no longer on this show, for one. And one is still a friend of the show, and the other not so much. So you've definitely missed out some drama, actually.
That was big. Yeah. And before that, even bigger drama with other channels that we were heavily involved in. There's a lot. We should have a Wikipedia page for the show.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that during the 3rd episode of this show was when Elon Musk banned me from Twitter.
Oh
I mean, right?
Oh,
that was
right.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah. So we should probably do at least like the episodes that you should check out if you're new to Leftist Mafia.
Yeah.
Because there were some episodes where like shit happened. Right. As Bill, I don't know whose chat this is in, but Bill Hamilton says, some characters have died.
True.
Right. There's been some swerves. I mean, there's been some real swerves. People have unexpectedly died on this show.
That's funny.
Sean Bean got killed off in this show. He was on Leftist Mafia, and then all right, let's go back to the super chats. Tunbosin's gone wild today with the super chats. Wow, buddy. Bro, is Gen Z racist?
Ask the resident Gen Z.
First of all, to the people who thought I was actually being mean to Ariana, I was pulling her leg. And also knocking Gen Z, because that's fun to do. Done boasted with another super chat. Happy birthday, David. Remember to thank Binder. Oh, I'll tell David that you did that. Argonian Bum with a super chat. Now it's time for a bit of the old. Oh shit! Someone realized my shirt. Okay, cool. Now it's time for a bit of the old ultra violence. Right. It's lower class brats. It's a song. It's from a band that I'm wearing.
I thought they were just calling
Bernice.
for a violent revolution.
Right. Bernice Anders with a super chat. Happy 100. Also, the cusp years are zillennials. Listen. It's I get that there are people on the brink of the different generations that feel like you are a part of another one. I get it. But for me, if you were born within those years, you are technically what those years contain. So, it is what it is. What's wrong with being a millennial, Ariana? I don't get it. What's the big deal? What's the big deal?
There's nothing wrong. I just don't identify. Like, I don't feel like I'm a millennial, you know?
Oh, okay. All right.
You know?
What would make you feel like you're a millennial?
If I still used Facebook,
I don't even think of millennials when I think of Facebook. I think of boomers when I think of Facebook.
okay, yeah, I get it. I think millennials just like have a certain vibe that I feel like I don't have. Like, for example, I'm very into
good vibe,
like the TikTok sounds and like the trends online because I'm terminally online, like things like that. That like I just feel like millennials don't really care to follow.
What are you talking about? Millennials were the first
different,
internet. We're the first internet generation. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's why our sense of humor is so different, though, because we have like a certain type. Oh, well, I'm so random, like that type of like sense of humor. Whereas Zoomers have a different sense of humor because they've existed on a different area of the internet than we have. So it's like it's a cultural difference too.
But
besides
I do
just like the age.
Like you know, I'm right at that point of like the middle cutoff where I would agree if someone called me zillennial. But millennial, I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. You could be the ambassador to bring the two generations together
Oh
and heal
God,
the divide.
I don't know if I can heal the Gen Z white red pilled boys. That's a whole
That's a different fucking beast.
that's a whole
No, I mean, see, if you're gonna identify as Gen Z, you gotta claim the whole thing. You can't just be like, oh no, not the bad Gen Z stuff.
I said I can't save them. I didn't say I don't claim them.
Oh, okay, all right.
I can save them, you know?
All right. Yeah, I'm just saying, millennials, the new greatest generation. You know, that's just what we are. Yeah. We're the ones that didn't get more conservative as time went on, like boomers and Gen X. And seemingly a good cohort of Gen Z too. Oh my God.
I feel like that's such a broader conversation though, because I feel like Republicans have really invested so much money in these red pill podcasts like Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro. If our party would invest that way in such a deeper level that's like consistent to where we can put out meaningful content rather than, oh, it's 3 months before the election, everyone make TikToks and dance around, you know, like we would also be able to influence that way too, but we don't. So
yeah, there's no investment here.
Are you saying if I throw up some of my dance moves on TikTok, we'll win?
No, that's exactly what lost. Kamala HQ was a failure. Her TikTok is a literal failure.
Yeah, the vibes were bad.
Embarrassing. You know, when Marcellus Williams was getting put for execution, a lot of people were spamming her TikTok page, and they were like, "Marcellus Williams, can you say something? Do something." And like her page actually blocked his name completely.
What? God, they're so out of touch.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Jesus. Democrats, I swear to God.
So when people like Chank and Anna are like, oh, they're listening to us, I feel like it's like out of pure desperation because like they really have been ignoring their base. Not that I agree with them, but like the desperation for Dems to even acknowledge their base is so high that like Elon Musk responds to your tweet and it's like, you know, saving grace, you know?
They do hate their base. Like they legitimately fucking hate their base.
I'm sad.
Okay, Matt, where are we at? Because I lost my spot. The last one was Bernice. Bernice said Zillennials, and we got sidetracked. So whatever comes after Bernice's super chat.
Oh, wait, did I read Bernice's super chat? Yes, I did, right?
Yes. Yeah.
T-Types with a $10 super chat.
There we go.
Uh-oh, my YouTube. Hold on. Give me a second. I had to refresh the page because it got. Where is it? All right, T-Types with a super chat. Happy birthday, David. Oh shit, I gave this to Matt. Matt, you owe David some tacos. I will be buying myself tacos. Donnie Nunn with a super chat. What's up with Biden approving long-range missiles into Russia and nuclear war? I don't know. The dude's on his way out, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's stir some shit up." I don't fucking know what this administration's doing anymore. What a horrible fucking administration. Seriously. The Biden administration will go down as one of the worst. Yeah. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Super excited to add Ariana to the panel. She has great insights to things happening in the Middle East. Amazing addition, and looking forward to the next 100.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah. Carrie Shaw with a $20 super chat. Wow, thank you, Carrie. Happy 100th shows. I appreciate that. Jay Star with a super chat. Don't agree with Matt writing in Mitch McConnell for every local government position, but still love his content. I will continue to write in Mitch McConnell because I think he should be everything. I don't know where that came from. I've never written in Mitch McConnell in my life.
I was gonna say, did you actually do?
No, I don't know what that was about. It was very random. Themac with a super chat. As a straight, you're all pretty. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Trans Girl 420 with a super chat. Wait, what happened to Illuminati? JK. Oh boy. Guamu with a super chat. Today's Mexico's leftist Congress voted to disappear the autonomous government transparency agency that was heavily used in the past by journalists to uncover corruption cases. Nothing to see here. I have to look more into this. So this is not something I'm aware of. But thank you for letting me know. I will have to look into it. Angelin de Bagashagi with a super chat. By Trump being the next FDR, they mean he will put Americans in camps. Ooh. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Called the second channel the Matrix. No. Celeste with a super. No, I don't like that. Celeste with a super chat. I don't like it. Oh boy, I guess that's that Gen Z humor.
Hey.
Celeste with a super chat. White people need to stop voting against us minorities. I mean, it depends. Trump did pretty good with certain minority groups. Omega with a super chat. Shout out to one of the best. Wait, hold on. Shout out to one of the best out here, Ariana. Oh, you
Thank
see
you.
that, Ariana? One of the best. Kowalski with a super chat. The rich go to their bunkers. I'm welding them in. Oh,
Hell
I like
yeah.
that.
I love that.
Tokyo Hans. The original leftist mafia members were John, Paul, George, and Pete, last of which got switched with Ringo. And after 100 episodes, we got to this iteration. Right. All right. Yeah. A boggled Canuck with a super chat. Come on, Matt. Generations are arbitrary. It's more about vibe. A great 100th show. Congrats. Welcome, Ariana.
Thank
you know,
you.
I technically do, obviously, for the most part, agree that it's not like completely like a hard stop. Like this is what you are, and you obviously there are good boomers, good Gen Xers, good. Is the silent generation still around? Is the greatest generation? We forget which comes first. They're all gone. Greatest generation are people.
Yeah, just boomers.
People born. Greatest generation of people born between 1901 and 1927. And then
they're not
so
here
I guess
anymore.
the silent generation is the one right after that, right? Yeah, 28 to 45. Though they're still around.
Yeah, that's true. So that's silent. Okay, silent boom. Okay.
I mean,
Not
there's
so
probably
silent,
some there's probably some greatest generation folks still around. I mean, you'd be like what, 96, 97, but you'd be around.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Carter's the greatest generation, seems like. Yeah. But you know,
still around.
There are also obviously trends going on that does fit in sort of a generational cohort. Like it is absolutely 100% that Gen X is now more conservative than baby boomers. Trump actually turned a good portion of, obviously not the majority, but a decent portion of boomers off of conservatives, at least when they vote. I mean, one of the reasons that Ann Seltzer poll in Iowa was so wrong was probably because she was calling a bunch of old white people in Iowa for the poll, and they were like, I'm not voting for Trump, because a lot of older baby boomers were like, white baby boomers were like, I hate Donald Trump. And they actually went more, they're not leftists, but they voted toward, in that way. They voted against Trump. They voted for Kamala.
I love how Anne is
Gen
like straight
X.
up shutting down her whole polling situation, though. She's like, "I'm done, peace out," and now Trump wants to jail her.
I mean,
shit.
that's
it's
what
so
happened.
Funny.
I mean, but that's totally what happened. Like, if you look at how baby boomers voted, they I think it was like a percentage point or two more voted for Kamala. Actually, like they were, but Gen X just turned out for Trump. It was like so disproportionate. Gen X went full blown Trump. It's just, again, obviously not everybody, because it was still a decent, like it was, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I did get a couple more super chats. I got one from Dell. Thank you, Dell, for the 5. 2020 people. We're dying, Dems. Let's go back. 2024 people. We're in pain, Dems. Feel the joy. Yeah. Medicare for all equals all voters free. Yeah, I mean, if they ran on Medicare for all, like, I think they would be unstoppable. Would the Republicans fearmonger? Of course they would. They would call it socialism and fearmonger about abolishing private insurance. But if they just, like, believed in something and explained it and didn't resort to talking points and fucking scripted lines, I think they would be doing much better. But the problem is nowadays, even if they were to be much more populist, as people want to say, people just don't believe them. Like, Kamala had some great policies, but I don't think that excited the base as much as they wanted, because nobody believes that she's going to follow through. Biden ran on a public option, never brought it up again. So, like, these things are nice. And it's nice, it's good to run on them, but at the end of the day, I don't think that your base is going to be excited to turn out if they just don't trust that you're actually going to fight for these things. I mean, Biden was talking about the fucking parliamentarian. Like, what? Never bring up the parliamentarian as an excuse to not do something. That's insane. Jon Stewart talked about that this week, and he made a great point. Like, you need to deliver. Okay, Kowalski, thank you for the 240. The night is darkest just before the nukes go off. Very bleak. Asa, thank you for the $2. Generations should be separated by school years. Yeah. One more here came in. 2 more came in for you. One from Tokyo Hans, one from Kowalski.
Oh, Tokyo Hans, the super chat. Only the youth of Pelosi's generation can save us. I mean, what generation is Pelosi again? How old is she? What is she? Is she greatest?
She's about
silent
83, something like that.
So she's silent generation. I mean, those are the folks who, seems be pretty progressive in terms of for their time, right? These are the is this the group that fought in World War II, right? No, they're the yeah, I think so, right?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
No, Greatest
I'm
Generation fought
trying to
in
do the
World War
math.
II. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
to
think
do
of
the
the
math in my
people.
head.
I'm trying to think of the people who were of voting age during FDR's. During FDR. That's that's not. I can't imagine baby boomers and Gen X voting for an FDR nowadays. Celeste with a super chat. I'm for real. I'm for real. Stop talking in general, y'all. It's about whites. Kowalski with a super chat. Carter will not die until after Trump in 8 months. Oh, there are people who think Trump is looking really bad right now and he's not going to make it through his terms. Like he's from natural causes, not to obviously.
Nah, evil people live so long. I think he's got another like 10 years in him at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ariana,
yeah, that's
do you have
usually
any
how it is.
numbers?
Oh, wait, I got on Twitch really quick. Robot Monkey Cat resubscribed for 24 months at tier 1. Wow, they've been subscribed for 36 months. Holy sh! I just renewed my health insurance via healthcare.gov for perhaps the last time. Happy 100th. I hope we're not all doomed. Oh, well,
Same.
yeah.
Yeah.
Skip Teasy cheered 100 bits. What do you guys think of a leftist movement based on FDR's second Bill of Rights? I mean, I can't even. I can't even think right now about anything like that. I can't think like that right now. I mean, I think any sort of like we got to just figure out what's going on right now. Honestly, like
I'm worried about surviving at the moment.
Like I'm baffled by the people who are thinking like, who's going to be the Dem candidate for the primary in 4 years from now? Like for 4 years? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I'm worried about what's happening tomorrow. 4 years from now.
Yeah. Take Tara's advice while you have health insurance. Get your vaccines up to date.
And if you're gonna think electorally, even like that, why the fuck are you thinking 4 years from now? There's gonna be a super important election in 2 years at the federal level. But if you're in New York City, for at least, it was a super important election next year with the fucking mayoral race. Like I'm not thinking
these next 2 years. I'm not thinking about elections. I'm thinking about like what can Trump do when he has the fucking quadfecta. He's got both chambers of Congress. They've got the Supreme Court. I'm just fighting that as much as I can is going to be on my mind.
I mean, these 2 years are going to be the most consequential ones. Like after the first, after the first 2 years, it's going to be full on. Like they're gonna like transform into like primary mode for the next election season, and it's going to become sort of and depending on what happens during the midterms. But these 2 fucking years, this should be where the full attention is right now. I mean, thinking 4 years from now is crazy talk.
Yeah.
Kowalski just chimed in saying, "I thank you, Kowalski. We will be fine. It'll all work out. Evil still dies." That's true. Evil does still die. That's it. That's true. That's a good.
We're just gonna go through it.
Yeah. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Oh man.
Did you have any new donations that came in, Ariana, or anything from Twitch you wanted to read out?
Not really. Nothing from Twitch. Lance did raid me, so I appreciate Lance for that when he hopped off. But no, they've just been chilling and talking to each other, so nothing on my end.
Well, that's pretty much the show. Do we want to raid anybody on Twitch?
Awesome.
Got any recommendations, Ariana?
I was gonna raid Vio. She was one of the 4 Middle Eastern content creators that got banned from Ethan's Wrath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's do that. God, I hate Ethan Klein.
Wait, who is
she?
her
name?
Who
her name is Vio, VIO. She's doing a subathon, I'm assuming, to like make back money from the month that she lost. Also, she didn't even do anything. She literally did
one more time. I'm sorry.
VIO, Vio.
VIO.
None of them did anything. I'm so fucking mad at Ethan Klein. I used to be a huge fan Oh my god, I fucking hate him. What a piece of shit.
It was wild. It was so wild. And I'm friends with all of them, and I was just like, and all the Nazis on
Wild.
Twitter were like going crazy, and I'm like, this is
Oh,
straight
yeah.
up Middle Eastern Arab hate. Like, this is very
Yeah.
targeted. All because they said they didn't like Sabra hummus. Like, I don't. No Middle Eastern person likes Sabra hummus. If you like Sabra hummus, you have no culture. Like, that's not our fault. Go get hummus
It's
from like a
objectively
real
disgusting.
place. It's just it's like wet cement.
Yeah.
It's literally
Yeah,
wet
it's
cement.
not
Also,
good.
they come out with these nasty like pumpkin pie hummus. Like, I'm sorry, if you have that in your fridge, you need to go. Like, you just need to go live on your own world, Pluto, wherever you are, because we don't eat that. You know what I mean? You might.
It's so
we don't.
gross. Yeah.
But yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna raise
That's
her.
that's not okay, but it's okay to play Twitcher terrorist.
Right. Twitcher terrorist is okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, God.
He
Sorry, I
also
got on a
called-
tangent. I got triggered.
No, he also called Phil DeFranco on his live stream, and it was so awkward. Oh my god.
I heard about that. I didn't see it.
Really awkward. Really awkward. I was like, oh,
What a
dude, you're
shit
crashing
person.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
he's declining. Ethan decline. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck
Absolutely.
him. Fuck his wife. Fuck him.
Fuck them all.
All right. Fuck them all.
Hold on. Am we hitting start raid?
Yep.
I'm hit. I'm
Before we do
prepping
that,
it right
Ariana,
now. It's counting down.
everyone, thank you for sticking with us for 100 episodes. And Ariana, welcome to the show. You
Yeah,
got
we're so happy to have you, Ariana.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for the graphic. I'm going to be posting it everywhere. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
I can't wait to
And
see that.
All right, so I'm gonna hit that start raid button.
Me too.
We should all hit raid now at the same time, so it's just a
Okay.
complete like. Wait, let me know when you got people.
I'm ready to
got it.
raid right now.
Hold on. All right, here we go. Ready? 3,
Three.
2, 1. Raid now.
Perfect.
All right, everybody. We will see you next
Okay.
week, Wednesday.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.